You like the glasses, Grace?
I was thinking the opposite. I was kind of like, bro, you might have to
Do
crush
away with the
those.
glasses.
It might be part of the workshop where you actually have to break them.
I break them in half, get everybody amped up.
Yeah.
All right, we're live streaming on YouTube now, which is great.
All right.
All right, we're gonna be starting here in about a minute. We're gonna start at 12:10. This is
Okay.
gonna be so for YouTube. This is gonna be a realtor, um, virtual assistant, and AI delegation workshop. We're gonna talk to you about how to get a virtual assistant for $5 to $7 an hour in the Philippines, and how to increase the productivity using AI, and beyond that, potentially even have AI help with managing them. Okay. So I'm gonna send. So if you want to send this to other agents, I'm gonna send you the invite link right here in the chat, and you can actually. I'd rather they're on Zoom actually, so they can talk in the chat because I'm not going to be monitoring the chat on YouTube. So send them that Zoom link that I just sent you,
What about the
and
opt-in page?
they'll be able to join. Well, they're gonna opt in on Zoom, and it's gonna pop in the air. Then everything's gonna be fine. They'll
Oh,
also
okay.
show up and go high level as well with that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna go back to live streaming. And we're gonna get this started here. Everybody excited? Comment yes if you're excited. You want to get this started. It's 100% live. I see the chat. Anything that you say in the chat, we're gonna be.
This is
Yeah.
not
So I see
state
Melanie,
dependent.
Jen. Yes,
That's
yes,
okay. That's
Darlene.
okay.
This is not state dependent. This is not expertise dependent. It doesn't matter if you're an expert. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. None of that matters. But yeah, we're gonna be starting here pretty much right now. We're gonna jump into it. Can everybody see this? Does everybody see this right here?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody sees this, right? I'm going to present. I'm going to do full screen. Does everybody see it full screen? All right, everybody's saying yes. Okay, cool. All right, so we have over 200 people in here now, which is super sick. Let me go ahead and open this up. Let me.
Well, let me copy the link they're lost. Jeez, MB's a savage.
Yeah, all good. I mean, you can hold it down. If you hold the link down, it should allow you to copy. But if that's not
I'm gonna
working,
send you
then
the landing page link. You can get started, Joseph, but I'll send the link
all
to
right,
you.
here we go. Yeah, so just do gohighretire.com/reg. Okay. I think it's going to register them for the next webinar, though. That's the issue, Hudson.
Oh, got you,
And by
got
the
you.
way, Hudson, you logged in as me. It says Joseph Henry.
What the hell?
Are you able to fix your name? That's super weird. For everybody that's wondering, that's Hatim, but yeah, I don't
Wait,
know what the
wait.
deal is there.
Oh, wait, I
All
got it, I
right,
got it.
guys. Okay, look. So this is the Realtor VA and AI Delegation Workshop. You're going to discover how top producing realtors scale past 40 deals a year by hiring reliable VAs to handle follow-up, social media, and transaction coordination. Okay. And before we dive in, I've got 5 quick true and false questions, and your answers are going to determine whether you finally are able to break through your income ceiling this year. So we're going to type T in the chat for true, and we're going to do F in the chat for false. Okay. So question 1: you can't train a VA to handle real estate tasks unless you've already built systems and documented processes yourself. Yes or no? True or false? T or F? T or F? All right, we got F, T, 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 F, F, F. I want to see everybody participating. I'm going to be calling out names that I see that are not saying anything in the chat. So I want to make sure that if you're here right now, you're 100% focused on this. T, 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 F. Okay, cool. So look, false. One of the easiest and most effective ways to hire is to hire first, then build out the SOPs along the way. SOPs means standard operating procedures, which is like a document you can create. Question 2: you should wait until you're consistently closing 25 plus deals per year before you can afford to hire help. T or F? T or F? F, 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 T, 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 F, T, T, F, 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 a lot of Fs, a lot of Fs. This is one of the most affordable ways to hire, right? So the answer is false. Once you hire, your outputs will increase, leading to more deals and more money, so you shouldn't wait. Okay, question 3: one extra closing per year pays for a full-time VA for 10 plus months. T or F? T or F? T, 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 T. Okay. T, 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 T. Okay, cool. So true, yes. Think about it. If your average commission is $8,000 and a full-time VA costs $800 a month, then one deal equals 10 months paid for. And then it could potentially equal 20 months paid for if we're talking about a part-time VA. So that means for every VA you hire is profitable from deal 1. Question 4: realtors who use VAs end up spending more time managing their assistants than just doing the work themselves. True or false? T or F? Oh yeah, if you're doing commercial, it definitely pays for a few years. All right, F, 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 F. Not sure. Let's find out. Cool. So look, false. In the beginning, it might take more time, but over time, they'll learn how to operate without you, and they'll be able to manage the tasks themselves and manage those things themselves. Okay, so that's false. Question 5. English has been the primary language in Philippine schools and business for over 120 years, making Filipinos ideal for VA roles. T or F? T. Athena, Jasmine, Darlene says T. Sophia, Jen, Ivy. For anybody that's just joining in, this is 100% live. It's 12:14 on a Saturday. Appreciate everybody that's here. We're gonna have a really great time. T. Okay, cool. The Philippines government mandated English, so it's true, as the official language of Philippine education and government. So schools teach in English, businesses operate in English, governments run in English, and that's why your VA is gonna have great English. So we're gonna jump into this. We're gonna have 4 free gifts throughout this entire workshop that are valued at $10,000 that we've literally sold for over $5,000. And Hatim and Grace, if you can unmute your mic really quick, have we sold these for over $5,000 collectively?
Many times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many
Okay. Cool.
times that I'm actually pissed off that you're giving away for free. But you're a good
Hey,
man. So
Hatim
I'll
and
let
I
you
went
do it.
back and forth. We went
Yeah.
back and forth, but we decided we want to give it for free. Let's look.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We
We'll
have
do it.
our AI bot that's here in the Zoom chat right now that will detect who stays until the very end and actually participates in the chat. And it'll automatically fire off an email and text with these gifts after the workshop. We have all of your numbers and emails because, I mean, you guys can see that we've been texting you, we've been emailing you. So at the very end, after the workshop, if you stay to the very end, it will send this over to you via text and email, okay? One of the gifts in which is 400 plus ChatGPT prompts to copy and paste to accelerate your VA training. You can give this to your virtual assistant and it'll help them with marketing, sales, business, and productivity, and even more than that. We actually have over 500 ChatGPT prompts, okay? So let's go over what you're gonna learn. 1, the real cost of doing it all yourself. 2, what a VA actually is and isn't. 3, the first VA you should hire and why it pays for itself fast. 4, how to avoid the Fiverr and Upwork nightmare. 5, the system that actually works to find reliable and affordable VAs. 6, your VA without you and how scaling with VAs and AI changes literally everything. And at the very end, I'm going to give you guys a bonus, a special offer that's only going to be for the people on this workshop. And yes, I'm going to be 100% transparent and say that we are actually having something to offer you guys that you can buy. And it's not going to be for everybody. I'm going to make that abundantly clear. It's not going to be for everybody here. It's only going to be for the select few that want to take that next step and work directly with us. But I don't want anybody surprised, like, oh my God, they're pitching me. What the hell's going on? These guys are selling me something. We're going to give you so much value that you're going to be so happy to at least hear about what it is that we have to offer. You're going to have so much value, so many notes. You're going to walk away with so many free gifts that even if you hear us pitching something to you, you're going to be pretty excited about it. I can promise you that. Okay. So next thing, no negativity, no spam. Okay. Turn off all distractions, pull out a pen and paper. If you're doing dishes, if you're driving, whatever, just put it all to the side. Focus on this. Okay. Sit down, pen and paper. Hopefully you're on your computer. Please join from your computer. If you're on your phone, you're not going to be as productive. You're not going to get as much value. Please join from a computer. Some things are going to be so small on your phone that you're not really going to be able to see it clearly. So please join from
Yes,
your computer.
and on that point, Joseph is going over some really valuable stuff. We don't want to hear later on in this, hey, I wasn't listening, I'm not really sure what you're saying, and you were re-saying over and over the same thing. So please listen closely.
Yes, and beyond that, guys, everybody that's participating in the chat, I'm keeping track of. I'm going to be calling out names. And at the very end, I will be calling on people that can actually unmute their mic and ask us questions directly, okay? There's been times where we have over 1,000 people on this workshop, and we aren't really able to get to everybody. But since I think we have like 230 people that we have right now. We have a lot of people in here, but we'll be able to call on a large amount of you and answer some direct questions. So look, there's something that we need to address, okay? Unless you're already closing 40 plus deals a year and taking weekends off, then chances are you're stuck in the same trap that I was in the last 3 years as a realtor. You're drowning in follow-ups, right? You're showing property during the day, entering leads into your CRM at midnight. Open housing coordinations are eating up your Saturdays. Client gifts you forgot to send, showing conversations you need to make. And beyond that, your social media is inconsistent because there's no time. Comment 1 real quick if we've ever said, I don't have time, whether it was for family, whether it's for work, or whatever it is, you just said, I don't have time for that, right? We've all said that at least one time or another. Meanwhile, every competing agent is posting daily and staying top of mind with your potential clients. And you hit, let's say, 15 to 18 deals last year, hypothetically, right? Maybe you hit 20 if you really pushed. But this is the issue. You can feel the ceiling even at 20 deals. And maybe for some of you, that's only 10 deals. You can feel the ceiling. You could feel that you're maxed out. Comment two real quick if you could feel that ceiling. Like, I can't work any more hours than this. This is kind of where I'm tapped out. You guys feel that? You're maxed out on hours and there's nothing left to give, right? No more energy to squeeze out in another deal. And transaction coordinators want $400 to $800 per deal. Local assistants want $40 to $50,000 a year. And your margins just can't support that yet, which I understand, right? So you keep doing it all yourself and the cycle continues, which is the biggest issue. Maybe you've tried hiring before, right? Fiverr freelancers who ghosted you after 2 weeks, Upwork VAs who couldn't follow instructions, or worse, you hired locally, you paid $20 an hour, you trained them for 3 months, and they quit to work for someone else, which I absolutely hate. So you tell yourself, I'll just wait until I'm more established, right? I'll hire when I have 25 plus deals consistently every year. I need to get my systems in order first, right? Who said that? Comment three if you guys have said this before. I'll wait till I do more deals. I'll wait till I'm more established, right? But here's the problem with that thinking. The problem is you can't grind your way to 40 deals when you've already maxed out at 15 deals, right? There aren't more hours in the day. And the only way forward is leverage. And that's why all you guys are here in the afternoon on a Saturday, taking your businesses seriously because you understand the only way forward and the only way to get out of this is leverage. So I want to implore all you guys, if you're here, please lock in, please stay focused, get a notepad, because I promise you, this is not going to be some Zoom, some seminar, some bullshit that you join and you walk away with saying, I got nothing from this. You guys at the end of this are going to have actionable steps to go into your week with and be able to hit the ground running in 2026 and finally have a different real estate year than all the years before that. Okay. So now picture this for a second. You wake up Monday morning, your VA has already responded to weekend leads, scheduled 3 showings for Tuesday, and followed it up with 12 past clients. And you didn't touch your phone once while you're sleeping. Your business was working. Okay. Your social media is running on autopilot. 8 posts this week, all scheduled by your VA. Reels, market updates, client testimonials while you were closing deals. Referrals start to flood in, right? You're on track to close 40 plus deals this year, not because you're working more hours, but because your VA is handling 70% of what used to consume your day. And you hit $500,000 plus in gross commission income this year. You keep your expenses low and you're having more time than you did before. Okay. And quality time you get back with your friends and family. It's yours again. Okay. Your real estate business even runs on your days off, and you use the same effort closing 40 deals as you did with 15 deals closed. And you're working smarter and now with leverage. Okay. This isn't a fantasy. This is how the top 1% of realtors actually operate. And you're about to learn this exact system here on this workshop. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Me and Hatim spent literally months developing the slides here to put as much impact and value as possible so you guys can walk away from here not only wanting to talk more to us and follow us and ask us questions and things like that, but beyond that, we wanted to set it up where you guys look at us and say those guys are freaking beasts. Okay, that's our main goal here. We
Yep,
want
and
you to walk away
we're
saying,
giving action, actual strategies, not fluff, not theory, actionable strategies you can implement in your business.
100%. Okay. But first, you need to know why I'm qualified to teach you this, right? Why should you listen to me? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Joseph Henry, and I'm not some guru who's never sold real estate. I closed 152 transactions in the last 57 months in New York City, in one of the most competitive markets in the world, right? With the average sale being 3.1 million, all publicly verifiable on StreetEasy, every single deal. I personally generated over $450,000 in GCI in a single year, and that doesn't include my team's volume. With my team's volume, it was over a million. 450K was just me. Okay, and Compass, because of this and the type of deals I was able to do, they offered me $43,000 as a marketing budget, $17,700 as a sign-on bonus with their elite agent program. And this is actually a screenshot of the Compass proposal. I got $17,785 as a cash sign-on bonus, 27.9K for marketing budget year 1, 15.5K for marketing budget year 2, a $1,300 hardware budget for a new laptop, and the total offer came out to $62,555. Okay, and I did go to Compass. I moved my whole team over. It was a no-brainer. Okay, and I hired more VAs and continued to build my team and grow. And eventually, who here's knows Sirhan? Who knows Sirhan? Comment 1 if you know Sirhan. And yes, they can cold call for you. We'll talk more about that later. Who knows Sir? Okay, a lot of us know Sirhan. A lot of us, comment one if you know Sirhan. Keep it going. Keep it going. Where's Athena? Where's Amanda? Where's Beth? Javelle? Where you guys at? Christy, Darlene, Dasha, Dawn, Dwight. This is 100% live for anybody that's just joining. It's 12:24 p.m. On the 17th of January. Okay. James, Jan, where you at? Jonka, Joe. I need engagement here, guys. Only the people that engage and stay to the very end will get the gifts that are valued at $10,000 that we've actually sold for over $5,000. We have an AI bot here in this Zoom call that is going to allow you guys to get sent this automatically via email and text. And I'm sure you guys know we have your email and we have your phone
Yeah,
number.
Ryan said Ryan is here.
Ryan
Yes,
is
that
here.
Sirhan is in the chat right now.
So yes, Ryan Serhan's brokerage, right? Made me an offer too. Okay. And I turned it down. Why? Because I had systems that made me more profitable than their splits ever could. Okay. Those systems were built on virtual assistants. And you can see here, I actually talked to these guys on Instagram and even via their phone numbers, but these are guys that were on the Owning Manhattan show. Comment too if you know the Owning Manhattan show. And I've actually helped these guys with getting their virtual assistants as well. Okay. Their splits are not so good. Okay. It's different for everybody, but it's not so good. But it doesn't stop there. Okay. I've also, not only did we crack the code for how these strategies can work for small businesses and realtors, but I was able to work with the competitor Stripe and Square, which is the company called Whop, the competitor of Stripe and Square. And I placed virtual assistants for their entire sales team. You can see me here with the Whop CEO, Stephen Schwartz. And for anybody that knows Iman Ghazi, I was there with him, with the co-owner, and I was able to see these guys on a daily basis. And I've actually been featured on Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch, Investors Observer, and a bunch of other press in regards to my company, Go Hire Retire, and virtual assistants. Okay. I've also been featured on the Digital Social Hour podcast. Comment one if you guys know the Digital Social Hour podcast. Comment one. They've had big guests like Grant Cardone. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Grant Cardone. Comment one, two if you guys know Grant Cardone. Okay, this was actually uploaded the same week as my episode. Andrew Tate. Comment three if you know Andrew Tate. I'm sure a lot of us actually know who that is. Greg O'Gallagher. Okay. Cody Sanchez. Comment four if you guys know Cody Sanchez. Who knows Cody Sanchez? She's pretty big. Yeah, 444 Yeah, of course. Okay, cool. So look, I've also spoken in front of hundreds of realtors about the exact strategies we're going to go over here today. But it wasn't always like this, okay? This is me filming content with my dog strapped to my chest. I'm holding a gimbal. I'm doing everything on my own. Okay. I'm doing my own content. I'm editing my own content. I'm running all over the place. On the right hand side here, you can see the tiny desk that I had. I was in a room that was 7x8. Comment seven if we know how small 7x8 is. I'm sure all of us know as we're all real estate agents here. Very, very small. And I had one of those loft beds and I had to climb my desk and my dresser to get into my bed. And this is, me as a beginner. I only made $12,411 as my first year in real estate. Comment real quick what your first year in real estate, how much you remember making. Because I only made $12,411. It really wasn't that much. I'm just curious. Comment real quick. $10,000. Okay. 15,000. Nice. Zero. Okay. 47,000 GCI. Okay. 75. Okay, cool. I was biking from showing to showing across New York City. No team, no car, no help. I was doing literally everything myself. And I used to believe the secret to success was simple, right? Just work harder than everybody else. And I had 80-hour weeks, right? No days off, doing everything myself. I wore busy like a badge of honor, but deep down, I was drowning. No matter how hard I worked, I couldn't outwork chaos. Okay. My real estate business grew, but so did the stress. Every win would double the workload. Okay. And then one day it hit me. I didn't have a real estate business. I was the business. Comment one if you guys can relate to this and you feel like you are the business. Okay, 75,000, 30,000, nice. 30. Dwight made 3,000. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
That's
16,000,
freaking
nice.
Dwight Schrute. Dwight Schrute in the chat.
Dwight Schrute in the chat. Let's go. Okay, 11111. Everybody felt this at one point, right? And if I stopped working, literally everything stopped. And that realization changed everything. I started to ask a different question. How do I remove myself from the equation? And that's when I discovered leverage, not financial leverage, but people leverage. Okay. So I started to study everything when it comes to hiring, podcast, book, talking to other realtors, right? Coaches. And I started to notice a pattern. There was always some type of infrastructure built around VAs in these successful realtor businesses. And it didn't work at first when I tried, right? I hired wrong. I hired really wrong. I trained wrong. I micromanaged literally everything. So I wasn't able to free up any time because I'm sitting there micromanaging. But after dozens of failures, I finally cracked the code, a framework that didn't just free up my time, but it actually multiplied my output. and I hired my first good VA. Emphasis on the good because I hired bad VAs for $2 an hour, $10 an hour, $20 an hour. But I hired my first good one for $5 an hour. She handled CRM data entry, lead follow up sequences, social media scheduling, client gift coordination. And I was able to save 20 hours a week and only spend $400 a month. That's $100 a week. That's nothing. And you can get it down as low as $80 a week and have an assistant in your business right now. And that freed up 20 hours per week for me. And what did I do? I used that time to master FISBO and absentee owner outreach, basically cold calling, nurture past clients systematically, okay? Create content that grew 100K followers on all platforms, and actually close more deals, which is what we're all here for. Can we drop a two in the chat if we're all here to close more deals where we want to free up time, we want to take back our life, we want to spend time with family, we want to use AI to manage our virtual assistants, and we want to elevate beyond how we ever have elevated in the past. We've all set goals in the beginning of the year. 2024, 2023, 2025. I want this to be a new me. And then what do we end up happening? What do we end up having? The same years we had before. So 2026 is going to be different because you're taking the time out on a Saturday in the afternoon to watch something like this, and you're going to take a lot of notes. And we're going to have a really great time here. So within 6 months, I hired VA number two. Within a year, I had three VAs, and my deals went from 18 to 28 to 35 to 42 and beyond. And it was the same hours, just different leverage. Okay. I went from doing everything myself to leading a team that gets 200 plus hours of work done every single week. And once I built the system, it felt like unlocking cheat codes, more clients, more income, more time with zero burnout. Who's starting to feel the burnout, right? Comment one if we're starting to feel the burnout. I see that Deidre, James, William, Jasmine, Hava, Christy starting to feel it. Beth, MB is starting to feel it. Philip, Grace, May, Vivian, Latasha, Jonka. Okay, look, I started moving much quicker than other realtors. And I love this graphic, by the way. You guys like this graphic? Comment too if you like this graphic. Now I help realtors escape the same trap that I was in. I know we're all feeling this trap right now, okay? Working harder and literally getting nowhere. And it's not just about the leverage, it's about what that leverage can do for your life. We have over 200 people here on this webinar today on a Saturday. You guys are all taking your businesses seriously. If you feel the urge to leave, if your fish brain that can only focus for 5 minutes is urging you to leave and go do something else because you're feeling bored, I want to implore you guys to fight that urge. Because I understand how Saturday, you just had your Friday night. Maybe you spent time with family. Maybe you went out to dinner. And today, Saturday, you're feeling that urge of, I want to relax, or I want to go to this showing and just like focus entirely. I got a showing later on. I want to just relax. Stop it. The people who just fight through that urge to go do something else because you're bored will reap what they sow and have these benefits of the virtual assistant workshop that we're talking about here today. And I can guarantee you that a majority of the people that stay here to the end will have a virtual assistant by next week. Okay. So lock in, stay focused, put everything else to the side, get a pen and paper. Let's lock in. Okay. It's about what this leverage can do for your life. I bought my dream car. I traveled across the world, multiple places in Mexico. I went to Puerto Rico. I went to London. I went to Italy. I went to Costa Rica, a bunch of different places with my now wife. We just got married in October. I want you guys to think about what leverage can do for your life, not just money, okay? And this is what Jacob, okay, he's a real estate agent. He said he has 23 deals under contract. And look at the message before that. He said, I really appreciate you hooking me up with a virtual assistant. She definitely helped me have more time to rock appointments, okay? He was doing 4 to 5 deals a month, and now he's doing anywhere from 15 to 23 and beyond deals every single month because of the virtual assistant that we got him. Jason says, this is the best decision I ever made as far as my business and increased the number of leads I get, okay? And then, I mean, these are just a small percentage of the clients that we've worked with. Okay, a small percentage of the clients that we've worked with. We have hundreds of clients we've worked with and people we've helped get virtual assistants. This is Gina. These are all videos you could see on my website, by the way. I'll send you guys the website at the end here. I really love the VA we hired. Thanks to you. She's great. We vibe well. That was like a 2-minute video. You can watch the whole thing if you want. Will said they post for me 5 days a week on Instagram and other platforms. I was able to find virtual assistants that had experience with businesses like mine. Okay, this is not for realtors who think working harder will fix everything. I want to emphasize who this is not for. Anyone who treats hiring as an expense and not an investment, and realtors who believe no one could do it as good as they can. I don't want that. Realtors who are looking for a magic button to make money without effort, without systems, excuse makers who'd rather complain about bad hires rather than follow a proven process, and spectators who just watch trainings and for no reason, and they never actually take action. Okay. And especially don't want people that are so bored to the point that they have to leave, even though they took the time to be here. They get bored and they can't fight that fish brain that can only focus for 5 minutes. I want the people that are ready to lock in and make a big change in 2026. But if you're someone who wants a reliable VA running your operations like clockwork, you want an AI powered system that automates 80% of the tasks like MLS updates, CRM management, showing coordination, and transaction paperwork, a predictable real estate business that scales with you so you can stop stressing about where the next deal is going to come from, and your commissions start climbing faster than it ever did when you were doing it all yourself. That is who this is for, okay? I want to talk to you about Darren because we hired Darren two virtual assistants. He had the biggest week he's ever had, which was $30,000 in sales last week. And you can see here in the screenshot, you can also see the video of him on our website. I want to talk to you about Evan. I'm going to talk about Evan a little bit later on, but he has over 20 virtual assistants now, and he's made over $300,000 in a month. This was in September. He had over $300,000 that he made in a month because I helped him with understanding how to get virtual assistants and taking this to the next level. So are you ready for me to show you how you could finally replace yourself by hiring reliable VAs, offloading 80% of the tasks, and scaling your commissions faster? Okay, comment one if you're ready. Comment one if you're ready.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Let's see the chat blow up. Let's see the
Boom,
chat
boom,
blow up.
boom, boom,
Christy,
boom, boom, boom.
we got over 200 people here. Very
Guys,
excited
blow
on
it
a
up, blow it
Saturday.
up, blow it up.
Randy, Jonka, May, Christine, Lauren, John, Darlene. Who's
Bring it on,
excited?
bring it on. Let's
Where's
fucking
Mary? Where's
go.
Melanie? Where's Mina? Where's Penny? Where's Philip? Where's Sophia? Where's Swelleen? Where's Tara? Where's Vivian? Where's William? I want to see you guys actually talking.
Penny here,
I'm going to
penny
click on,
here.
by the way, for anybody that's just joined, this is 100% live. It's 12:36 on a Saturday on the 17th. Okay, where's Brandy in the chat? Where's Ernie in the chat? Where are you guys at? Where's Ernie? Where's Giovanni?
This is
Where's
not recorded
Ivy?
like Joseph said. We promise it is
This is
not.
not recorded.
It's
This is
currently
only for people.
the 17th on 2016. It's
Mm-hmm.
not recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It's not recorded.
This is not recorded. This is not going to be, it's not pre-recorded. It's not going to be recorded and sent to you. So you guys need to lock in and really focus here, okay?
The year is 2016 right now.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna run into it now. Look, the real cost of doing it all yourself, that's the first lesson, okay? Every hour you spend on admin work, lead follow-ups, and whatever busy work is an hour that you're not selling, marketing, and scaling. We all understand that, right? Comment two if we understand that. Burnout isn't just tiring, it stalls growth and keeps you stuck at the same revenue level, okay? The I'll just do it myself approach creates a bottleneck where your business can't grow beyond your personal capacity. Most realtors don't realize how expensive their own time is. If you make $10,000 a month and work 40 hours a week, your time is worth $58 an hour. Let me go ahead and mute Brandy. $58 an hour. Who here has actually calculated how much their time is worth on a weekly basis? Who's here actually calculated how much your time is worth? Comment one if you calculated. We have a virtual assistant ROI calculator where you can enter in exactly how much you're making a month, how many hours you're working a week, and the VA hourly rate that you want to hire for, whether it's $5, $6, $7 an hour, how many hours you want them to work for, and then it'll spit out, okay, getting a virtual assistant will help you with making an additional $4,480. That's an ROI of 862%. That's a net gain of $53,000. And this calculator will not only tell you how much your time is worth and how much more you'll make, but it'll also tell your savings by not hiring a USA employee. On the right-hand side, you'll see hourly rate. You can put in $15, $20, $25, and it'll spit out how much money you're saving on a monthly basis. And this is something that we're going to give to you as one of our free gifts. We're going to give you this as a free gift. If you stay to the very end, you actually participate and comment in the chat section. You stay to the very end. We have an AI bot that's going to automatically send it via email and text. We have all your emails and your phone numbers. It'll send it via email and text after this webinar. As long as you participate, stay to the end. What is your time worth at $20,000 a month, right? $15 an hour. $50,000 a month, your time's worth $289 an hour. Do you feel like if your time is worth this much, you should be working $5 an hour tasks? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you feel like you should be doing $5 an hour tasks if your time is worth over 50? No, big no. No, 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 no. Okay, cool. Can you see how every hour you spend on follow up, CRM entry, social media scheduling is an hour you're not closing deals? Does it make sense that your time closing deals is worth more than $5 an hour in admin work? Comment yes if you agree. Comment yes if you guys agree. Do you guys agree? Comment yes. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay, cool. So, what a VA actually is and isn't is what we're going to jump into. A virtual assistant is someone who works as an assistant remotely, often from home. The virtual assistants I'll be referring to in this workshop are overseas VAs who live in a completely different economy where the minimum wages are often less than $12 a day. So, because of this, you can pay them $5 to $7 an hour, and it's enough to afford a very stable living. This is not something new. This is something that we've been doing for decades. Who here knows about the 4 Hour Work Week? Comment four if you've ever read this book or heard about this book. It was published in 2007, written in 2006. This was the first time I ever heard about virtual assistants when I was 19 years old when I read this. It talks a lot about the benefits of hiring virtual assistants. Okay, Philip, Mina, Mark, okay, May. I'm going to bring on Grace really quick, and she's going to very quickly walk you through how her experience has been. Grace, don't talk about your tasks or anything like that. Just specifically talk to me and talk to the crowd about what your life has been like and compare it to what it was like before you worked virtually. What was it like working locally? And how has it been like working as a virtual assistant and the whole time that you've been a virtual assistant? Go ahead and unmute your mic and let everybody know. Everybody say hi, Grace. Everybody comment hi, Grace. I'm going to
Hi
show you guys what it's
guys.
like to talk to a virtual assistant.
What's up, Grace? What's up, Grace?
Hi guys. So yeah, my name is Grace. I'm from the Philippines, and right now it's actually 1:41 a.m. on a Sunday, and in my time. So to answer Joseph's question, working locally is really different. The amount that I earn working locally for a month is equivalent to working with Joseph in a week. That's the
Mm,
difference. And I was able to buy houses, three
mhm,
to four houses. I was able to buy three motorcycles, a big bike, a scrambler, all that good stuff, two cars. All of them
mm,
are hatchbacks. And working remotely is also a very big privilege for me because it gives me the opportunity to work at home together with my kids and also
mm,
save money, save time, and all that
mhm,
commute because the traffic here in the Philippines, guys, is terrible. Terrible. So I'm really happy working with Joseph for almost 2 years now, and he always gives me coffee.
mm.
Just a
I always
reminder,
give her
Joe.
coffee. I always get her coffee. Who here thinks that Grace's English is freaking awesome? Who here thinks that say yes if her English is awesome? Comment yes if her English is awesome,
Not only
right?
is your English awesome, she has three motorcycles.
That's
She is
really
awesome.
that's the most awesome thing. She's freaking
Jesus.
awesome. And Grace, if you want to show a picture of your motorcycle real quick before we move on to the next thing here, I think people are curious. If you want to show a quick picture on your
Who
phone or
who
something
wants a
like that.
VA that freaking drives three motorcycles? I mean, that's freaking sick.
Hmm.
Let's go.
Just stay safe out there. Just stay safe.
Mark
But
said better
yeah,
than my English.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
better than mine. That's funny.
I try.
So look,
I try not
if
to
you
overspeed.
there you go. Your favorite brands and companies are already doing this, like Netflix, like Zapier, like Dropbox, HubSpot, right? Facebook, obviously, right? Revolut, these big companies. Think about when you call Chase Bank, Apple customer service, Amazon, Verizon Wireless. If you call them, oftentimes you do hear a bit of an accent. Grace, of course, yes, she has a bit of an accent, but that's perfectly fine. This is an indicator, though, that these companies are hiring overseas, these massive companies. And here's an
There, my
example. Here's an example of another virtual assistant that we hired for one of the people we were
months,
helping.
and I mostly worked with tech startups, one being an AI startup, and the longest I've been with a company there was 11 months.
Mhm.
The most recent company I
Great English, right? This is the level of talent that's available at $5 to $7 an hour. Clear English, professional, reliable, and MB. You said and a scrambler. That's funny. MB, if you want to go ahead and unmute your mic, can you agree this is great English? Do you want a virtual assistant that speaks like this and can
Yeah,
help you in your
absolutely.
business? 100%. Where is MB? I want to see. I wasn't able to see him.
I'm
Yeah, you're
there.
the man, bro. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so look, what roles can these virtual assistants do? That's one big thing that I think a lot of people are curious about. VAs that are most commonly requested are admin assistants, cold callers, appointment setters, video editors, graphic designers, okay? But wait, there's more, right? Social media managers, bookkeepers, client success managers, operations managers, and customer service, and so much more, right? Evan, we're going to go back to Evan. He, after getting about 20 virtual assistants, he said, holy shit, I have such a great team. I need to fly out to the Philippines. Okay. I need to fly out to the Philippines. And he went ahead and flew out to the Philippines. And Grace just sent me a photo of one of her motorcycles. Let's open this up really quick. I'm wondering if it'll open up on the browser. Let's see. Are you? Wasn't able to do it. Okay. I figured you just show on
I
your phone.
also
It's all
met
good.
Evan.
There we go. There we go. There
Yeah,
we
that's the
go. Check it
motorcycle.
out.
Boom.
Check it
Take a
out.
look.
Boom.
Let's go. So look, Evan went ahead and traveled all the way to the Philippines. You can actually have a great culture with your team, even if they're in the Philippines. Okay, these are people that are mostly Christian. Grace, can we all agree that virtual assistants out in the Philippines are mostly Christian? They fear God.
Yes.
They're trustworthy, right? And Evan
Yes.
has 3 different social media pages that all collectively total over 100,000 followers on Instagram. And he has over 200,000 followers across all platforms, right? He's been featured on Fox News. Comment 1 if you know Fox News. He's been featured on Bradley's podcast. Comment 2 if you know Bradley. Come on. He's been featured on Business Insider, right? He's been featured on Traded NY, which is a popular real estate New York page. He's been featured. It's pretty hard to get on there. He's been featured 7 times. And then also New York Times and The Real Deal. I'm sure you guys all know. Comment 3 if you know The Real Deal. I was making real estate content as well. And I had videos get over 100,000 views and even over 1.1 million views. You can see my TikTok has over 43,000 followers. And these are some of the real estate videos that got over 100,000 views. And I was consistently getting well over 30,000 views on pretty much every video when it comes to real estate. So can you see how a $5 an hour VA can make it significantly easier to automate your social media? Yes or no? Y or N? Can we all agree? Can we see that? Is it clear? Is it clear as day? Is it clear as this beautiful day in Florida in Winter Garden? Is it clear? Okay. And can you imagine how a VA answering your calls, organizing your CRM, nurturing old leads? Can we imagine that? Yes or no? Y or N? Y or N? What CRM does everybody use, by the way? Comment down below. What CRM are you guys using right now? Does it make sense that if Chase Bank and Apple trust overseas talent, then you can too? KV Core, Bold Trail, MailChimp. Okay, Follow Up Boss. I use Follow Up Boss. Yep. Go High Level. I use Go High Level. Yep. I use Go High Level and Follow Up Boss. Those are my main ones. Bold Trail, Follow Up Boss, GHL, KW Command. Okay, we got a lot of popular CRMs here. Awesome. Can we quickly type in yes in the chat? If Chase Bank and Apple and these other big companies are doing it, can we do it too? Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. KW Command, you're thinking of switching? Okay, cool. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. So look, let's talk about the first VA you should hire and why it pays for itself fast. Comment 1 if you're actually genuinely curious. What should my first VA be, right? Start with a general admin VA. It's the easiest way to reclaim 10 to 20 hours per week, right? Focus on repetitive but necessary tasks like inbox management, scheduling and CRM, scheduling and calendar, CRM updates, research, reporting, answering phone calls when you get inbound calls, right? We found that it makes significantly more sense to hire for soft skills and not hard skills. Soft skills are communication, interpersonal connections, problem solving and critical thinking. They can think on their own. They'll try to figure it out before they ask me questions. Work ethic, professionalism, emotional intelligence, hard skills. I don't really care about hard skills like specific CRM experience, specific software experience, marketing and design with specific elements, technical and trade skills. I don't care so much about this. And I'm going to break it down real quick. I know a lot of you are wondering, like, well, why? Because there's so many different CRMs. What if I switch CRMs? I'm now every time I switch CRMs, I got to find VAs that know that CRM. Is that realistic? No. It takes 2 days to train someone on how to use a CRM. So why would I make that the main thing? Because then what's happening is I'm prioritizing, are they good at the CRM? Instead of prioritizing, do they have critical thinking skills, English fluency? Have they worked multiple years as with real estate agents or within a certain sector? Right. So I don't care about hard skills because I could train that up in 2 seconds. There's so many YouTube videos. Come on, we don't have to focus on that. Then we can start to add the advanced skills like lead generation, right? Inboxing and scheduling, social media, CRM management, right? Customer support. This is low cost plus high leverage. Most realtors are breaking even or profiting within 30 days of getting a virtual assistant, profiting on the whole year of a virtual assistant, because freeing up 10 plus hours lets them close more deals, market better, or simply stop wasting their own 50 plus hour time on $5 an hour work. Your first hire is about reclaiming bandwidth, okay? Not perfection. Momentum is really what matters. So can you picture yourself with 20 extra hours next week? And I want you to think about, what would you do with that time? Okay. More showings, more listings, more follow-ups. What would you guys do? I want to see in the chat, right? Would you be spending more time with family? Would you be traveling more, or just doing follow-ups, listings and showings? What would you be doing? Travel, family time. Okay, more business. Okay, cool. Listings. Okay, cool. Look, does it make sense that one extra closing pays for 10 months of a full-time VA? Type yes in the chat if the math makes sense. Okay? Type yes. Type yes. Yes, yes, yes. Dwight says yes. Jan, Sophia, yep. Hava, Philip, yep. Ivy, awesome, awesome. So look, here's the next gift for you guys. So since you guys are probably wondering what your first set of tasks should be to give a VA, we built out an AI bot. It's an AI delegator generator. You're going to tell it your entire day, and it's even going to ask you questions. And then what it's going to do is it's going to spit out exactly what tasks you should focus on, and exactly what tasks you should give to a virtual assistant. We're going to give this to you 100% for free. This gift alone is valued at over $1,500. Okay, that we've sold it for over $1,500. Can we all say yes if we're excited about this gift that we're going to get at the end of this webinar? For the people that stay to the end and the people that participate in the chat until the very end, okay?
And the reason we add these is because we don't want you guys to be confused or have analysis paralysis. Like, well, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to give them, right? We're going to use technology to solve these problems to make it faster for everyone.
Okay, everybody's saying yes. Look, so we give you 4 free gifts, okay? Valued at $10,000. These are the 4 free gifts, okay? So look, who here has hired before? Who here has hired before? Comment 1 if you've hired a virtual assistant before and didn't have a good experience. You didn't have a good experience. You hired on Fiverr, you hired on Upwork or something, and you just had a bad experience, right? Fiverr and Upwork, right? Random marketplaces lead to low quality hires, right? Everybody's saying me. Angelica said me. James said me. Okay, cool. So look, lead to low quality hires and ghosting and wasted time and money. Okay, because these are freelancer platforms. This is where people go to freelance, which means they're working for 6 people at a time. Can they focus? Yes or no? Can they focus on you and your business if they're doing 6 different jobs at the same time because they're freelancers, right? No, 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 no. Exactly. If I want a really good virtual assistant, I don't want to go to these platforms. If I want a really good steak, do I go to a buffet? Yes or no? Do I go to a buffet? Yes or no? Or where do I go? Comment where I go. Where do I go? Peter Luger's? Do I go to STK? Where do I go to get a good steak? Okay. We don't go to Fiverr and Upwork. You don't need to sift through 200. Yeah, steakhouse. You come to Texas. Exactly. My wife is from Texas. Look, you don't need to sift through 200 unqualified applicants or gamble on luck. Instead, follow a structured process, right? Pick the winning platform, write the right job post, screen effectively, test with sample work, and set clear expectations. And in a couple slides, I'm going to be giving you the winning platform that we've used to hire hundreds of VAs. I hope you're taking notes. Ultimately, this eliminates churn, where people, you hire them and they quit, or you have to fire them. And this keeps you from starting over and over every few months. The main thing I want you guys to think about and not have to deal with, that I had to deal with, is having to hire, and then you train them for 2 months, and then you have to fire them. You hire them, you train them for 2 months, and then they quit. You hire them, you train them for 2 months, and then you have to fire them. I don't want you guys to deal with that roller coaster of emotions. Can you see how Fiverr and Upwork, that approach is going to set you up for failure, right? Especially when you need someone reliable that's going to work part-time or full-time in your real estate business. Can we say yes? Right? So you don't want to hire on Upwork and Fiverr. You need systems that actually work. Comment 1 if you want to learn the system that actually works in finding reliable VAs that stay long-term and actually have the skills and are actually competent. 1. Okay, cool. Look, the system that actually works to find reliable and affordable VAs. The easiest way to start is onlinejobs.ph. This is a trusted platform for finding skilled, affordable VAs in the Philippines. And I've actually talked to the CEO of this company. I have no affiliation with this company, but it's just one that I actually use. It's one of my favorites. Okay. Here's the truth you must accept. Filipino VAs work harder than you right now. What you call overtime, they call opportunity. Okay. Find high quality VAs using this job post outline, right? So this is where you take notes, guys, okay? And maybe you could take screenshots. Create a clear and descriptive job title, as clear as possible. None of this, we are hiring. Forget all that. Just clear job title, what they're going to be doing. Outline the job responsibilities. Specify required skills and qualifications that are needed. Highlight your company and your benefits. Benefits don't have to be like medical. Benefits could be like, we'll give you paid time off for holidays. We'll give you paid time off for you to take off on certain days for traveling. Okay. Provide clear application instructions, clear and specific, down to the very point of like, I want you to put in the subject line these specific words. Okay. Bonus, use keywords to increase the job rank. Okay. And then you're going to set your hourly rate, which is typically going to be $5 to $7 an hour, depending on the skill level that you're looking for. Okay. And this is what the platform looks like, right? You got people for $4 an hour, $5 an hour, $10 an hour, 600 a month, 800 a month, right? Here is the actual link. This is our fourth free gift. Here's the actual link to post a job post for free. Your first job post for free. Scale.gohiretire.com. Comment one once you write this down or take a picture. Scale.gohiretime.com/free post. This will redirect you to my onlinejobs.ph link that allows you to get a free post for your first one. Okay, don't go there now. We still have a lot of talking to do, right? Use a quick skill filter. Okay, a lot of people wrote it down. Great. Plus sample job to separate real talent from the rest. So a sample job would be have them write a specific email that says specific things and solves a specific problem. Once you have one success, you can rinse and repeat. No more hit or miss hiring, okay? So again, bonus, the gift I mentioned earlier, just to reiterate that first gift since it's been a while. This is going to help you accelerate your VA training, okay? You could take these prompts, give it to your VAs. They'll put this in ChatGPT. This isn't just virtual assistants, okay? It's virtual intelligence that we're going to be talking about here. And this is Chris Stocks. This is the youngest millionaire I know. He's 21 years old and he's already a millionaire. He said within 4 days, the same business week, I was able to hire a VA and she's been killing it for me. And I'm going to show you guys some of these testimonial videos because I'm showing a lot of screenshots,
Here.
but I want to keep everybody muted I'm keeping what's that?
I muted them. I muted
Okay,
them. Keep
okay,
going.
great. We're going to keep everybody muted until the end, okay, guys? But look, I put screenshots, okay? But I don't want to waste your guys' time watching a bunch of videos. So we're going to do that in the end. I'm going to show you some of the testimonials. And we were able to help him with getting a virtual assistant. And, since then, look at how much he's taken off, over 2 million followers. And he's been paid tens of thousands of dollars by WhatsApp, Heinz, Tinder, Fox, Red Bull, Netflix, Amazon, Instagram, Subway, and so many recognizable brands. Comment 2 if you recognize at least 3 brands on here. Comment 2 if you recognize at least 3 brands on here, right? A lot of really big brands. This is the type of stuff that virtual assistants can do. So your business without you, right? How are we going to do this without you involved? Okay. Scaling with VAs and AI literally changes everything. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay. So picture a remote team quietly running 200 plus hours of your business every single week while you focus on growth, strategy, and sales, right? These aren't random freelancers, okay? They're trained, dependable professionals, often with a college degree and years of experience who can run operations better than you once they're set up right. Think about the long-term effects of training a VA the right way. At first, yes, you'll spend a few days teaching, but within weeks, they'll be working better than you. And over time, they'll become specialists who can run whole departments of your business more efficiently than you ever could. Your time gets reinvested into the highest ROI activities, okay? Highest ROI activities. And instead of being buried in inboxes and small tasks, you could finally focus on sales, strategy, relationship, and big picture decisions. Comment 1 if we've been thinking about, I want to really free up my time so I can focus on the biggest needle movers. Comment 1 if you really feel like what are the biggest things you can do, but you simply don't have the time to do those big things. You're able to do it, but just a very little bit because you're stuck in the weeds and the admin work. Okay. The things that actually move the revenue forward is what we want to focus on. Scaling with VAs protects your margins. While local hires drain your pocket to $20 to $30 an hour, global talent lets you scale without breaking the bank. And you can reinvest savings into Zillow leads, Facebook ads, direct mail, and more team members who create more leverage. So I want you guys to stop being the bottleneck. Who here is being their own bottleneck? Comment 3 if you're being your own bottleneck. You're the one thing standing in the way of you getting to that next level because of belief systems. Okay. And we're going to break those belief systems of I can't manage. I've never managed before. I don't know how a VA works. I don't know if I could trust them. Those are all beliefs that are keeping you from moving to the next level. Well, I don't want to hire an employee at all because I don't know if I could trust them. They can't do it as good as me. This is what we all think about. I thought about this as well. Your time should be going to sales, strategy, high value relationships, not the admin work. Okay. Every task that you hang on to slowly is slowing your real estate business down. Once you have trained, reliable VAs, projects move without waiting on you, and the company can keep on growing even when you're offline. Hiring globally means you could scale, okay, with profits and tech. Now I want to take this even further, okay? What if you had someone who can manage your VA, help with managing your VA, who didn't cost you a dime? Let me see some ones in the chat. Do we want someone that can help us with managing the VA, who didn't cost us any money? Okay, didn't cost us any money. Who's excited about this? Everybody who stays to the very end and participates in the chat will be getting those 4 free gifts that we talked about automatically sent to their email and their phone, okay, via text. So make sure you're locked in, make sure you're participating, because I see a couple names here in the participants chat. We have over 200 people here, but I see a lot of names that are not commenting. Okay, we do want this, right? And they would check in with your VA every other hour. They would save you hours on research because they have the answers. They would catch mistakes before work is submitted. They would reduce the back and forth rework with your VA where you have to go back and forth. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is how you do this. And they have questions, and it takes you forever. They turn vague ideas into clear next steps, okay? And they even ask your VA for an end of day report. Hey, Grace, where's that end of day report at 6 p.m.? Where's the end of day report? And they analyze and give feedback, okay? And they keep tasks moving forward even when you're offline. And they'll essentially be an accountability machine. Okay. And imagine if they never had to sleep. Oh my God. They never had to sleep. They work 24/7. Comment 2. Who's still here with me? Who wants to hear what it is? Who wants to hear what it is? Comment 2. I'm about to reveal it in 2 seconds. I want a big build up. I want a big build up. Big build up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What is
Drum
it?
roll. Drum
What
roll.
I'm talking about is an AI assistant that can join a text message group chat, not Telegram, not WhatsApp, not Facebook Messenger. It could join a real text message group chat with you and your VA and help manage your VA with you. Where's that end of day report? Let me answer those questions for you. Oh, you're struggling with this and you don't know what to do next? Let me tell you the clear next steps. Oh, you want someone who can check in with them bi-hourly? It can do that. Okay. And we're going to be talking about exactly what this is and how it works. Okay. And Grace knows that this AI that's joined the chat has been so prominent in helping her get ahead and stay productive. You could see the AI chat right here, literally sending paragraphs of answers. You can't see it clearly, but that's okay. That's Grace. That's the AI bot giving answers. Okay. Do you guys understand how valuable that is? And I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that, right? Look at the conversations here. It's crazy how it's able to give specific answers. Okay, this is how a realtor stuck at 15 deals turn into top producers closing 40 plus every single year. And once you learn to delegate, you can finally step into a real estate agent's role and work on your business and not in it. Can you see how VAs handling your CRM, social media, and transaction coordination will let you focus on what you do best, closing deals? And does it make sense that having more time and more listings, it lets you take on more listings and close more deals? Comment yes if this is clicking for you. Is this clicking for some of you?
And I hope you guys
VAs,
just,
5 an hour.
I hope you just grasp what Joseph just said about the fucking AI. That is insane. That is absolutely
Absolutely insane.
insane, man. That tech, I can't even. I'm speechless. That's how good it is.
Literally.
It's so fucking
It's
good.
crazy. It's crazy. Okay, everybody's saying yes. So look, that's just the beginning of what I can teach you. And I'm going to show you a couple other things here, but that's just the beginning of it. Okay. Before I show you all of this, I want to recap what I taught you here today so far. In the last hour, you discovered your time is worth $50 to $289 an hour, not $5 an hour. VAs cost $5 to $7 an hour and can handle 70% of your tasks. Major companies like Chase, Apple, and Amazon are using virtual assistants. The exact online jobs.ph system to find reliable VAs, how to scale from 15 deals to 40 plus deals with a VA team, and real realtors that have gotten results, okay? You saw the math. One extra closing pays for 10 months of a full-time VA and 20 months of a part-time VA. Okay. That means every VA you hire is profitable from deal number 1. Okay. You saw the vision. VAs handling your CRM, your social media, answering phone calls, helping with transactions, while you focus on listings, showings, and closings. And they can help you with scheduling your buyer appointments and literally schedule out 7 showings for one buyer so you can get it all done in one day. But if you had to schedule it yourself, you wouldn't be able to do it that fast, and you might only show 1 or 2 homes, right? Think about the value that adds by showing more homes instead of another buyer's agent showing it to them. You get your weekends back, 40 plus deals, 500K plus GCI. So let me ask you, has our time been well spent together? Yes or no? Yes or no? Has our time been well spent together? So far, so good. Is it so far, so good? So far, so good, guys.
I would say so.
So far, I like how MB changes his profile picture to some AI. That's freaking sick.
Let's
MB's a freaking
go.
beast.
He's on those tools right now, and he's excited.
Nina Swellen said big time. Yep. Would you agree that you learned at least one thing today in your business? Comment 1 if you learned at least one thing that can change the trajectory of your entire business.
And if you didn't,
Yes.
you're not paying attention.
If you didn't, you're just not paying attention. It's as simple as that. Okay, we have a lot of one. It happens when you get fired up. Yeah, when you get fired up, you change profile pictures, we turn into beasts. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can you see how having a VA handling your admin work would free up 20 plus hours a week? Does it make sense that more time equals more deals? And you starting to realize that the realtors closing 40 plus deals aren't working harder, they're working smarter with VAs. Comment yes. Can you picture how yourself in 6 months can have virtual assistants and free up significantly more time and close 30 to 40 deals while your VA team runs the operations in the background? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Can we feel that? Can we envision it for 2026? We're gonna have the biggest year we've ever had in our lives. Wouldn't you agree that the best time to start building this system is now? Not the middle of 2026, not 2027. Why would we do that to ourselves? Not after you're burnt out at only 15 deals. That's ridiculous. A lot of us said yes, and I feel good about it, right? Because I want to show you guys how we can make this happen together. Okay? You guys have 3 choices. Path 1, you do nothing with what you learned today. Path 2, you take what you learned, you trial and error everything on your own. Okay, and you figure it out. You try to figure it out. You're failing, but you're doing what we learned here. But it's only been an hour. Maybe you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. I understand that. But path 3, you remove the risk, wasting time, money, and energy, and you let our team solve your problem fast. Okay, comment yes if we're at least a little bit curious. Comment yes if you're at least a little bit curious. Okay,
Let's
yes,
go.
yes, 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 yes.
Put me on path 3. Let's go.
Let's go. We got people ready to see the path. Okay, a lot of yeses. Let me see some more yeses because we got a lot of people missing. Like, where's Ivy? Where's Hava? Where's Francisco? Ernie, Dwight, Deidre, where you at? Darlene, Christy, Christine, Chevelle, Brandy, Amanda, Berg, Athena, Angelica, AJ, JL, James, Jan, Jonka, Jesse. MB is obviously here. I see you. May, Mark, Martha, Mina, Ryan. Where you guys at? We got
This won't be
Mary. I'm around you
recorded.
guys.
It's only live, guys. It's only live.
This is, and again, anybody who stays to the very end and is participating in the chat will automatically, from our AI bot that's here in our chat right now, we'll send you an email and a text with those 4 free gifts valued at $10,000. So look, I want to invite you guys to the Go Hire Retire VA placement. Okay. And the way that this looks is that we actually jump on a one-on-one strategy call, just you and us, with our client success manager to clarify what you need to delegate, where a VA will have the biggest impact. And then you'll simply choose a skill that you want deployed, whether that's video editing, social media managing, or a general admin that can do multiple things like CRM management, answering the phone, helping you with organizing your calendar, booking the buyer showings, right? Our team goes right away to work, following a 16-step vetting process that'll place a VA right in your business. Each role receives at least 100 applicants. Every new client, we get at least 100 applicants of VAs. And through hands-on sample jobs, interviews, personality assessments, and English proficiency screening, we eliminate the 85 to 93% of people that are not as good, okay, of candidates, so that we only match you with proven high-quality talent. And you'll be added to a private WhatsApp group with me and the success team, just you and the success team, okay? Where you'll receive daily progress updates. You'll be able to ask us questions for 90 days whenever you want. And in as little as 48 working hours, 48 business hours, we'll match you and present 3 to 5 qualified VAs that match your needs, that you can choose one VA that you like the best. And they're ready to begin right away. Okay. But it doesn't stop there. Okay. You'll also get the complete VA management system, including the SOP documents, role specific daily task blueprints, our 15-minute VA. Who's still with me? Comment two if you're with me. Our 15-minute VA meeting agenda template, the exact framework that we use to keep virtual assistants accountable with documents, with AI, and with automations, okay? And keep them consistent and self-managing. Josh says, and I'm going to show you the video later on, managing social media, posting for him on a daily basis, and he was able to get $1 million client. Lauren, who owns a brokerage, I'll show her video as well. She owns a brokerage with over 50 agents. She has over 200 really good Google reviews, 5-star reviews. And we are able to place VAs for her and help her expand that brokerage, okay? Over 60 hours of recorded content diving deeper into VAs and AI that you can't find anywhere on the internet, let alone in one place. It'll show you exactly how to get a VA in the future if you want one. It'll show you exactly how to manage that VA, how to hire more VAs, how to expand your business if needed. Okay. And you get instant access to this on your phone and computer. It's valued at over $3,400. And Philip says, holy cow, this course is severely undervalued. I'm going to show you videos here in a second. Anelia, who I had a call with, and she said great things. She has over 300,000 followers on TikTok. She said, I'm truly impressed with all the great strategies. The information I've learned in this whole masterclass is a whole masterclass on business success with so many gold nuggets. And I actually have an MBA degree, she said. And Willie said it's very detailed. There's no stone unturned. He said a lot more than that, but I'm not going to show you the video just yet. And then you get access to a private community of over 720 people. Over 720 people where we share new updates and strategies that keep you ahead of other agents. Okay. Vincent also says, this is exactly what I needed. He said, I felt like the CEO, Joseph, I felt like he was my best friend, and the staff has consistently ensured that I met my obligations to keep up with the program. Joseph, the CEO, has meticulously planned everything to set us up for success in running my business. Okay. Beyond all this great stuff, are we excited so far? Comment one if we're excited.
Come on, man. Let's go. I'm amped up right now.
Beyond all this, we have 8 weeks of coaching calls with Joseph, Henry, and Hatim on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern every single week for 8 weeks. Everything else you get lifetime. Obviously, the VA, you get lifetime. The access to the academy, you get lifetime. The coaching calls are the only thing that's limited because obviously we can't have thousands of people in there. You get it for 8 weeks. And if you need to postpone it to later on, you can. If you're going on vacation or something, you need to push it a week or two, that's fine. But you need to take advantage now. And I charge $1,000 an hour for consulting privately. And you're able to get access to this $8,000 in value added onto this. Beyond that, you get the ebook and audiobook for those of you that like to learn with books, okay? And I recorded it with my voice. It shows you once your VA is working, you can receive a proven scaling blueprint that shows you how to add more VAs and expand your team and build a true growth machine. And that audiobook is recorded by me. Over $14,700 in value, okay? And listen, we've serviced over 260 clients, over 260 clients. And I'm going to show you a couple of the videos on our website afterward. And in those videos, you're going to see real testimonials, okay, and real people that spent time with us and really were excited, okay? And you get a 90-day replacement guarantee. We make it so easy to win. We make it so hard to lose because if for any reason you don't like that VA, within the first 90 days of you having a VA, we replace them, no questions asked. We'll give you a brand new list and we'll replace them like nothing ever happened. Only 2% of people ever take advantage of this because most of the time we get it right the first time. What you might be thinking, right? I don't know what to delegate. You don't have to know everything right now, okay? No one knows what to delegate, but every person who's ever hired their first VA or employee has had to take this first step. Comment 2 if you're still with me. Who's still with me right now? Who's still with me right now? No one knows what to delegate, but you have to take the first step if you want to expand. It's faster if I just do it myself. Yeah, sure. Okay, look. It's faster if I jump out of a plane without a parachute, right? I'm going to hit the ground faster without a parachute. Is that right? Can we comment 3? If it's true, I'll jump out and hit the floor faster if I don't have a parachute. Faster is not always better, okay? In the beginning, you will need to show them your systems. You will need to spend a little bit of time with them. maybe take a couple videos of what you do on a day to day. But then after that first week, think about it, right? This is the exact mindset that's going to keep you doing the work yourself forever if you keep this mindset. But this is what I want you to focus on. Week 1, yes, you're training them. But by week 4, they're training you and showing you things you've never even heard of and taking your business to the next level. You might be thinking, I can't afford to hire help right now. And that's fair. Okay. Yes, you can. You cannot afford not to. Okay. Every hour you spend doing $5 an hour work is an hour you're not earning $1,000. What if they quit or disappear? Look, what if my house sets on fire? Okay. I can't think of all the negatives and the what ifs because then I'll never take action in my business. That's why you have to build a system and not just hire a person. With backups and structure and SOPs, one person leaving is not going to stop you. This is a concern with any employee. Okay. You can't scale a real estate business without employees. You need employees. Every day that you delay fixing this, it quietly drains your commissions, your focus, and your ability to grow. So look, $14,700 of value. Are you guys ready for the price? Comment 2 if you guys are ready for the price. Comment 2 if you guys are
Boom,
ready for the
boom,
price.
boom, boom. Blow it up,
Right,
blow it
let's
up, blow
build
it up.
this
Let's
up.
go.
Are we excited? We talked about a lot of stuff. We still have more stuff to teach you. I hope you're all so excited because it's not often we do these workshops. We have over 200 people here with us right now, taking their time out of their days on a Saturday in the afternoon because you're focused on growth and you want 2026 to be different than the rest of the years. You want to expand. You want to 10x the business. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys are ready.
More
So I'm going to
trees,
show
more
you. Look,
trees.
it's $11,900. Okay, and real quick, but whether you can afford this or not, can we say yes if we think it's worth it? With all this stuff that I showed you, over $14,000 of value, can we just agree? Yes, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, everybody thinks it's worth it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's super valuable. Okay, but that's why we actually made it 5,000. Okay, we
Let's
actually made it
go. Let's
5,000. Okay,
go.
can we comment 1 if we can agree that it's worth and it's so worth $5,000? It's so worth it. We're getting you a VA in 48 hours. We're giving you 90 days of customer support on WhatsApp with you and our success team. We're giving you access to our academy. Okay. We're also giving you a VA in 48 hours that can immediately hit the ground running. And we give you system to help you with growing and making them more productive. Everybody agrees it's worth $5,000. And that's why we're not selling it for $5,000. We're selling it for $1,497. This is the real price only for people that are here on this Zoom today. We don't do these workshops often. Okay, people are saying, wow, yeah, of course, yeah, wow. We don't do this very often, but I know the people that are here are taking their business seriously. If you take action today, you will have a virtual assistant inside your real estate business in just 48 hours. Okay, so you can start buying back time and scale your business ASAP. But look, there's way more. And by the way, we're only letting in 7 people. We have over 200 people here. We're only letting in 7. We just dropped the link in the chat. We're only allowing 7 people because that's all we have the bandwidth for right now. We can't take on more. This requires a lot of effort from us because we provide such great value. But I want to show you guys the bonuses. Again, we're only letting in 7 people. All those 7 people that join also get bonuses that you only get here on the workshop. We usually charge $5,000. We're only charging $1,497, and we're giving you these bonuses, which are the KPI metrics course. Okay, KPI metrics course that shows you the KPIs, key performance indicators that you need when you're tracking your advertisements. If you want to get leads with ads, some people here want to get leads with ads. We show you the KPIs. We also show you the high converting real estate lead generation course, how to generate leads on a consistent basis using some of my favorite softwares. This is also valued at $1,497 alone, and I've sold this for $1,497 alone. Kiva says in 2 hours, I already have 4 leads. Freaking crazy. High converting TikTok ad strategy course. This is great for learning how to boost your brand with ads. I've sold for over $1,600. The high converting CRM secrets course. This is teaching you exactly how to use Go High Level and do cold calling, ringless voicemails. You could send out thousands of ringless voicemails in a day. We show you, exactly how to do text automations, email automations to nurture and cold call. And we give you a 30-day free trial. Usually, Go High Level only gives a 7-day free trial, but we have access to give you a 30-day free trial. And with this free trial, we give you SMS templates for buyers and sellers. We give you an email nurture template. Comment 1 if you guys are still with me and you guys are excited about this. Email nurture templates. Remember, everybody who stays to the very end, is still going to get those free gifts. You get funnels and websites for realtor ads, right? The template on the right is one of the templates for your website that you'll actually get that you can plug in instantaneously. You'll get automations, you'll get discounts on GHL, right? Instead of paying $97 a month, you could pay $79 a month with GHL. Just ask Grace about that. These are some of the websites that you'll get access to immediately. Okay. And then we're also launching Google Ads in the next 2 weeks, a course on Google Ads that'll show you exactly how to get leads with Google Ads. And we're going to launch that in the next 2 weeks. And we're going to sell that separately. But for everybody on this workshop, you'll get access to it for free. And then you'll learn how to generate ads using AI. You'll learn how to generate SOP documents that show your VA exactly what they're going to be doing on a daily basis. That AI, you'll say what the VA is going to do on a daily basis, and it'll spit out a document that your VA can use. It'll even attach YouTube videos to help your VA with training them on using certain softwares. Okay, so all these bonuses over $10,000. Okay, and you're not going to get this anywhere else. Valued at over $24,900. You're getting it all right now for $1,497. And I saw that some people already bought. Who bought?
Jasmine,
Okay,
Jasmine, let's fucking
Jasmine,
go.
Jasmine,
Welcome, Jasmine.
aboard. So we have 6 spots left. Okay, 6 spots. Okay, Philip also bought. Damn. Let's go. So we have 5 spots left for the people that are here today. We have more stuff that we're going to go through. So everyone who's still here, I want you guys to stay for some of the additional stuff that we're going to talk about. I know you're really going to enjoy it. If you've already been here for an hour on a Saturday, you might as well stay a little bit longer because we have a lot more to talk about. But I want to make sure that everybody that wants access to all this, you want a VA within 48 hours, you're able to talk to me directly. And listen, if you guys want to finance this and you want to use Klarna or split it, you can split this over 24 months or 12 months, which means that if you're doing 24 months, if you have good credit, and you want to split this over 24 months, you're only paying $63 a month to get a VA in 48 hours. Okay. Yep. And look, if you do 12 months with split it, you'll be able to pay only, look, $14.97 divided by 12. If you want to do it for 12 months, it's only $125 a month for 12 months, just to ease the load if you're doing it, if you don't want to do it all at once, if you don't have a credit card that has access to the money, if you don't have the cash on a debit card and bank account. Now, if you don't have good credit or you don't want to touch your credit whatsoever, you don't want to do like Klarna or anything like that, you can also use Split It. And the way Split It works is Split It will actually allow you to facilitate a payment plan through your credit card. So instead of paying $125 a month through Klarna, and that shows up on your credit, which is fine for most people, but for the people that don't want that or you don't have good credit, you can allow Split It to facilitate the payment plan on your credit card. So the way that it works is it'll put $14.97 on your credit card and pre-authorize it. And once it pre-authorizes it and it sees that you have the full amount, $1,497, that pre-authorization will fall off in 2 to 5 days, and you're only paying the $125 a month. No interest. That way, if you want to pay monthly on a credit card without any type of like Klarna, credit stuff involved, you could just use the credit card, pay $125 a month using Split It. Split It, Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle, they're all going to be on the checkout page. So you guys can go on the checkout page. You can go on the checkout page. You'll see Klarna and Split It. If you want to just pay it up front, you don't like paying monthlies, that's fine. Just pay $14.97 up front. This is so cheap. There are other companies like some other companies that they have a completely different system, like Rocket Station, Shepherd VA, that'll charge $7,000 for them to go find you a VA. Or Rocket Station, for instance, they'll charge you $3,000 a month. That's the old model. Right. And then on top of that, they'll charge you $11 an hour. You ever notice how some agencies, they'll charge you like $10 an hour, $9 an hour, $15 an hour? And you're wondering, well, if they're in the Philippines, why is it so expensive? It's because they're taking a cut. We don't take a cut at all. You pay the VA directly. And instead of paying $7,000 or $3,000 a month, you're only paying $1,497 up front. And then you could pay the VA directly for part-time, like $100 a week. That's so cheap. And even as low as $80 a week. So if you guys are concerned around the focus of money, you guys really need to think about just how cheap this is, but it's so much value. It doesn't have to be expensive to have an employee because when they're in the Philippines, it's a whole different economy. So real quick, I'm going to allow some people to actually ask questions. I'm going to open up some microphones, but I want to make sure that we're all here and we're actually getting all of our questions answered, and that we have people that are actually locked in here and focused. I see we have Nikki that joined recently. Welcome. Sven said, what if I don't need a VA at the moment and just want access to community and other courses? We could talk about that later. I'll chat with you a little bit later, Sven. Just make sure you stay until the very end.
And
I'm
you
happy
guys
to
can
talk to you about.
redeem that VA. So maybe not today, but if you need 30 days, 60 days, we'll throw it in the queue. We're understanding and we'll fucking place them when you need them.
If some people need a VA, but it's not until 2 weeks from now or something like that, or not until a month from now, but you need a VA, we're happy to hold it for you so you can get the cheaper price instead of paying 5,000 later. And Hatim, I think we need to strongly emphasize anybody who comes to us after saying, "Can I get the original price?" What do we always say, Hatim?
Hell
They
no,
want
bro.
anybody that comes to me afterwards and texts me and says, "Joseph, please, I loved everything, but I just wanted to think about it. I wanted to sleep on it." Those are people, first off, I don't want to work with people like that, because the people that need to sleep on it for 10 days, the people that need to think about it, those are the same people that they complain about every single little thing. I don't like
Yeah.
working with those people. I want only action takers that are ready to take 2026 to the next level. Okay. So look, who here has a quick question? Having same connection on and off. Gotcha, Nikki. Gotcha. Okay,
And this
cool.
is
So
another thing that's very important. This is more than just VAs, right? Just placing a VA. We're building the technology around the VA to make them more effective, more efficient, get more done. You're not going to find this anywhere else. Me and Joseph are super aggressive when it comes to tech. How do we make things faster? How do we make things easier? How do we simplify things? And how do we plug the VA into that AI world so we're getting the max amount of things done? So it's not just VA placement, but it's all these things that surround it that really make it valuable. So
mm-hmm.
if you're on the line like trying to make this decision, like bro, one
Grace in the
deal will
link,
pay
Grace
for
in the
this
link.
10 times over. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why
Like
we
if
do
you
this deal just on this workshop.
and listen, guys, I'm going to say something really quick. If you guys are at the edge of your seat, like worried about paying 14.97, like you don't understand how the top 1% of real estate agents operate. Do you think that they always operated like a top 1%? Do you think that they always had money? They always had tons of deals? No, they did not. At one point, they didn't have all the money in the world. They didn't know where the next deal was going to come from. But what do you think they did? They consulted with people that are doing way better than them. They paid for coaching, like maybe Tom Ferry or something like that. They paid to learn how to get support, right? Like something like virtual assistants. They paid somebody to help them with that process. I work at, with me having been at Compass, seeing some of the top agents in the world, because Compass is one of the number one brokerages in terms of sales volume in the United States. Yes, I saw all different types of agents, all different walks of life every single day. And every single one of them that was doing well, all spent money on coaching, spent money on getting ahead. If you're not willing to spend, there's two types of people: the people that are not willing to spend money to get ahead, and the people that want to literally get ahead as quickly as possible, hit their goals, and they take it seriously. And the people that want to wait forever, they don't want to spend money. Guess what? You think that one day the answer is going to fall in your lap? It's not. It's not. And in this program, not only are we giving you a VA in 48 business hours, and we're giving you access to some of our materials and that show you how I was able to pull leads, how I was able to call those leads and get more deals. And then beyond that, how to accelerate my VA's productivity and things like that and free up my time because I'm ready to get ahead. What do you think that's going to do? Okay, so look, what I'm going to do real quick is, first off, I'm going to thank the 3 people that got it. And there's 4 people left. It's going to go very quickly. Trust me, it always does. We do these workshops once in a while. We do these workshops once in a while, and we always, by the end of it, we sell all of them. Okay, and I just want to guarantee you guys that. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow people that have questions. Okay, that have questions. My state doesn't allow assistants to make cold calls unless they have real estate and that's fine. They don't have to make cold calls. We actually would rather that you're the one doing the cold calls and the VAs are doing the admin work that comes along with it, like pulling lists, answering emails, organizing your CRM, doing follow-ups via text, sending gifts and nurturing your old clients. That's really what we like to do a lot. Posting on social media, editing our videos, editing our photos to post on social media, talking to inbound leads, right, that come inbound and have questions. Okay, so look, who here has a question that they'd like us to answer or something that's keeping them on the fence? Because if you have a question now, I'd say ask it now, even if you think it's a dumb question. There's no dumb questions because once we sell all of these, there's no turning back. You'll have to get it for $5,000. And after the workshop, there's no turning back. You'll have to just pay the 5,000. So if you're shy a little bit, just muster up the courage and ask a question. And what I'm also going to do, the feed froze while you answered my question. Brandy's question was, Brandy, you don't need to, it doesn't matter. They don't have to do cold calling. You should be the one doing cold calling anyways. They should be doing CRM management, answering old leads, sending gifts, answering inbound calls with people that have questions and then routing it to you. Like that's what an assistant does. Assistants don't really do cold calling. They can, I'm not saying they can't. If that's something that some of you guys want, it's possible. But I'd say it's better to get assistants for things that you're already doing and free up your time and get to that next level. Okay, so look, I'm going to start calling on some people and answering questions. So look, we have Brandy. Brandy, you just asked a question. I just answered. Chevelle, real quick, where are you from, and what brokerage are you with, and what's your biggest struggle?
I'm with,
Right?
can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm with KW. I think for me, and I think this is something you're going to send to me after, is I was kind of frozen on what tasks to delegate because of
Right.
course I want to make the cold calls, but you kind of went over some of it, like the content creation, all the back end stuff. So I'm excited
hmm
to see the list of what I can have the VAs actually do. I think I got
Yeah,
frozen
yeah.
in analysis paralysis.
Yep. And listen, that's why we want you guys to come on board for anybody that's having analysis paralysis. And that's why you talk to our success team. The first thing you do is you have a strategy call with our success team, and we figure out what it is that you need to go ahead and delegate. Okay, so if anybody's on the fence, like, "Oh, I don't know what to delegate yet, it doesn't make sense to get this until I know." No, it actually makes zero sense to wait until you know. Because guess what? You're never going to know. Because you're always going to say, and you're going to have a cycle in your head, I don't know what to delegate. And then guess what? 2 years pass and you still don't know what to delegate. All it takes is 10 minutes of intentional conversation or intentional ideating to figure out what it is you need to delegate. Okay, so anybody that's on the fence because you're like, I don't know what to delegate, we figure that out with you. Don't wait. If you have deal flow and you're doing real estate and you take your business seriously, you need a virtual assistant ASAP, and we can figure that out together on the call. We shouldn't be waiting, months, years, weeks. And then Athena, I want to ask Athena really quick. If you have any questions, actually, no, wait, I see that Athena had an issue with the mic. No problem. Beth, real quick. Beth, where are you from? What brokerage you with? And what's the biggest thing you're struggling with? Go ahead and unmute your mic. I allowed you to unmute, so if you want to mute. And then we also have Christine Balauk. I'm not sure if I'm butchering your last name. I hope I'm not. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Where are you from? What brokerage you with? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through a couple of testimonials. Beth, looks like you unmuted your mic. Yeah, if Beth is talking, we can't hear her. But look, this is what I'm going to do. There's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. I want you to understand. I didn't really talk about what my VAs do for me, and it's because I wanted to save it to the end. Remember the ad you guys saw? Comment one if you guys remember the ad that you guys saw and the website that you guys saw with all the graphics. Comment one. Remember all the emails and the text that you received? Comment one. Okay. And these slides that you're seeing, all these designs. And for those of you who move forward and invest in yourself, who do you think is going to be helping me with that? All of these different things that you guys have seen that it's top-notch quality. It can't be me because I'm here doing stuff like this. They did the ad edits, the copy for the funnel, the design, the integration setup, the emails, the text, these slides, your onboarding, and all of the admin work you can think of that comes with all of this. They're all done with the help of my virtual assistants. That's the type of quality. And I have a team of just 10 VAs alone that help me with just this. Okay. That's the power of leveraging people and doing it at an affordable cost. So think about it this way, right? The bonuses alone are worth more than the entire placement price. You're basically getting paid $10,182 to join today. And remember, you have a 90-day replacement guarantee, 90 days of customer support, and it's a tax write-off. Anybody that's worried about the expense, it is 100% a tax write-off. Okay, you can literally write this off, and whatever you're paying the VA, you can also write off. Okay, so look, get a VA fast, use our systems and AI tools, and see the results. We make it really, really hard to lose, but you do risk something by waiting. Every week you delay is another week that you're doing $5 an hour work. at $50 to $150 of value. You're stuck at 15 deals instead of doing 30 plus a year, or maybe you're stuck at less than that. Missing out on 10K plus in extra commissions a month. Okay, burning yourself out. The realtors who join today will have VAs hired by next week. We'll have 20 plus hours freed up by next month, and we'll be on track to 40 plus deals by next year. The realtors who wait will still be doing everything on their own by themselves. We'll still be stuck at 10 to 15 deals, and we'll still be stuck working weekends and doing midnight CRM updates. So which realtor do you want to be? Comment 1 if you are one that values your time. Comment 2 if you think you shouldn't get a VA and you think you just want to do it all yourself forever. Okay. And what kind of support do you receive? 700 plus school community, right? You get access to the weekly Q&A sessions every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You get long-term support. Okay. And some of you guys might still have questions, right? How quickly do I get a VA? Within 48 business hours. If you're a small-time realtor, will this still work for me? Yes. In fact, smaller size real estate businesses benefit most because they can't afford to waste time or hire wrong. Can I trust overseas VAs with sensitive realtor tasks? Yes. We go through a strict vetting process. We have a background check, the onboarding process, and we'll show you how to manage the VA safely using screen tracking software that'll track their screen and take screenshots every 3 minutes. We also have contracts and NDAs. We have SOPs that are going to protect your real estate business. Okay. And we have password protection. So we're tracking their screen. We have them sign an NDA. And then beyond that, you also have password protection. Okay. How much would you be paying the VA per week? Listen, you should expect to pay $5 to $7 an hour. How much you're paying weekly is going to depend on how many hours you need. We could do this for part-time. We could do this for full-time. If you want 15 hours, 20 hours, if you want 40 hours, if you want 50 hours, whatever we want is what we service you with. It could be as low as 10 hours, right, for $50, or as much as 40 hours for 200. It really depends on your needs. Extremely affordable compared to hiring somebody locally for $20 an hour at $800 a week. Okay. What if we don't have management experience? You don't need it. We give you onboarding SOPs. We help you with the start of everything. We're walking you, we're holding your hand throughout the entire process, right? What if you're not tech savvy? That does not matter. We help you with setting up some of the tech. Okay. Training templates, AI tools, the best practices we use in our very own business, the way you don't fail as a leader. Okay. This way you don't fail as a leader. You need to start this at some point. Lack of management experience should never be a blocker. So listen, we're only allowing 7 people. 4 people have already purchased. So there's only 3 people left that can get this. And if you don't ask your questions now, you'll never be able to ask them, and you'll have to pay $5,000. Okay. So look, it's time to make a decision. Do you keep doing everything yourself? Or do you close more deals and scale faster with VAs and AI because you understand that AI is the future, and you understand that you can't keep on going on without hiring an employee, and you don't want to hire local. So you have to hire overseas. Okay. So look, you're getting all of this, everything, for only $1,497. And for anybody that's overwhelmed, because I know some people might be like, oh my God, there's so much stuff, I'm overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed, because we're going to be in a group chat with you directly. And the main goal is that we get you a VA ASAP. If you want to push it off a week or 2 because you're just not ready right now, you can purchase it now and say, hey, I want to wait for onboarding for 2 weeks. That's fine. And then as far as like, well, how do I go through the course? Where's the academy? How do I go through all this stuff? You don't have to go through all that stuff. Those are bonuses. Okay. The main thing you need to focus on is getting a VA in your business, working with Grace to onboard them the safest and most efficient and secure way possible. And then just ask Grace, what should I look at next? What material should I look at next? What should I do next with my VA? Okay. What should I show them? You know, I mentioned with you that they're going to do this, this, and this task. How should I show them? Okay. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to actually show you guys some of the testimonials. I'm going to show you the website, and we're going to walk through together some of these testimonials that I've actually shown you guys in the screenshots. This is what it looks like. You get all this stuff, 90-day replacement guarantee. You click on this and you'll be able to pay. You'll be able to pay it over 12 months if you want, over 24 months if you want. You could do it with your credit or without your credit, like I explained. Split it allows you to do it without your credit. It'll just pre-authorize the full amount first. But don't worry, because that pre-authorization will fall off in 2 to 5 days, and you'll only pay $125 a month. So let me show you guys Ronit. First, I'm going to show you who Ronit is. Ronit has been featured on, let's see, the Brownstoner. She was top 20 sales agent in Brooklyn, certified negotiation expert, New York Post, right? tons of 5-star reviews. Look at some of the deals she's working on, right? 3.8 million, 3.6 million, 2.3 million, 1.8 million, right? Do you think that if someone that's at this level of caliber can trust us to get a VA, do you think that someone as a beginner like yourself, or someone who's maybe, not doing as many deals, or someone who's doing maybe just as good as her, do you think we could do the same thing for you? Of course. Listen to this.
My name is Roni, and I'm a real estate agent in New York City. From the first time I met Joseph, he was extremely generous with his knowledge, and he really inspired me to get going with hiring a virtual assistant. I mean, as someone who was eager to explore the benefits of outsourcing tasks to a virtual assistant in a foreign country, I was very hesitant to get started. I was very overwhelmed by the prospect of it all. Joseph took the time to thoroughly explain the steps involved in hiring a VA. His insights were invaluable, and he provided clear information that helped me understand how to get started effectively. What stood out to me the most was Joseph's genuine enthusiasm for helping businesses like mine.
Hey, Brandy, real quick. What is the exact error that you're getting when you're getting booted out and coming back? What does it actually say? What is it actually saying? Can you take a photo of it if that happens again?
His passion for the subject matter was, unreal. It fueled my excitement.
Whoever's still here, I want to make sure everybody still gets the gifts. Comment one really quick if you're still with me and watching and looking at some of these testimonials. I want to make sure everybody's focused, locked in, and really understanding here.
Get started, and I'm totally inspired by the success he's had, not just for virtual assistants, but he's also great at helping with social media, and you name it. So Joseph is thorough, and his attention, he's very detailed, like I met him. So I definitely recommend him for anyone seeking guidance in any of these areas. And thanks, Joseph. I'm gonna keep calling you.
She said, I'm going to keep calling you, which is hilarious. Then we have Josh that I showed you guys earlier.
Hey, I'm Josh Carter. I work at Compass in New York City. I'm an agent. I know I don't look it, but I'm actually very, very busy right now with a bunch of clients that I'm working with. I just wanted to give a shout out to Joseph Henry. I hired a VA recently, but yeah, my VA is really great at editing videos for me. He makes me better when he edits a video, like legit. And yeah, we're really starting to make some headway. I got a random $1 million client I'm working with now, and I'm doing lots of searches and trying to get him a really good offer on a new development in Lower Manhattan right now for a 1-bedroom. I have a $2 million client that I got over the holidays in downtown Brooklyn that I'm working with, and I'm going on a seller's appointment with an Upper West Side $3 million co-op 4-bedroom that I'm very.
So take a look at Josh Carter. I mean, look at the deals that he's working on. Okay, like look at this. Okay, if someone at this caliber who's a street easy expert, okay, working on $1 million deals, as you could see here, if they can get a VA with us, why can't you, right? Why wouldn't it work for you? Okay. And then Jacob, who I mentioned, had 23 deals under contract.
That we've kind of like taken care of you. Do you think that, like, I hope that every client that comes through our system and works with us and stuff, like, nobody feels neglected, nobody feels like their questions aren't getting answered. Do you think you've been taken care of?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate everything you guys have done. 100%. Yeah. I feel like all the way through, like, the hiring process was fantastic. Helping me set up all these programs I've never heard of, like LastPass and Loom and Scrin.io, MyPlusLead, Zapier. I've heard of Zapier, but I didn't know much about it. Batch Leads, Batch Dialer. I mean, all those ones, that was really cool to experience all of those. Go High Level. I knew about it, but I didn't know all of the functionality. So I think that's really cool to learn about. And
we've hopped on a lot of calls, man. We've chatted through all the logistics in terms of all these things. So I'm glad you're using all this stuff now, and I'm glad we're able to put this into action.
Right. And then look at that. And then Evan, who's gotten over. At first, he I'll just show you this video really quick. This is the guy that got 20 virtual assistants.
And replace them, reset my payroll. I went from paying people, $60,000, $70,000 a year, benefits, all this jazz, to virtual assistants for $6, $7 an hour. So the price of Joe's, consulting course knowledge is worth its weight in gold. Anything you're really going to need, Joe's going to be there. Any really content, any, qualifications on finding virtual assistants from the Philippines to South America, really anything you need, any question you have, Joe's on top of it and is there to answer all questions you have. Joe, can't thank you enough, man. So pumped to continue to learn from you and continue to scale. My initial investment of at least 10x'd it. So very thankful to have crossed paths with you and met you through an Instagram DM. All right, man. Thanks again, and talk to you soon. Peace.
Right. So take a look at that. Just like, pay attention to what people are saying here, okay? And think about this in your own business. We have 3 spots left, and if you don't get it today, I can assure you without a shadow of a doubt. And Sven, I know you mentioned something else, so we'll chat a little bit later here in this call, and we'll talk about that. He said, maybe he just wants to take a look at the courses and stuff like that. I'll talk to you a little bit later at the end of this webinar, which we're going to get through in a bit. Let me show you guys James.
Hey everybody, out to Joseph Rodriguez and Go Hire Retire. Where do I even start? I guess we'll start from just a holiday like today, Thanksgiving. I just took a peek at my VA operating my phone, and we're screening leads, we're booking appointments, we're super qualified people. And not only that, she's reaching out to landlords, she's getting us new accounts. She opens up the time for me to grow my team and have one-on-one meetings. I don't have to worry about all these day-to-day tasks that it's consuming. She does it all for me. It opens up time for me. And then even today, a special day like today, I'm able to spend it with my friends, my family, my wife. We're expecting a baby this year, our first kid, and we just get to be present in the moment and not peeking at my phone every 3 minutes to see an email from a landlord about a lease or access from someone from a team calling me. She's doing an amazing job. We've been working.
Think about the value of not having to check your phone every 2 seconds, but people are still getting answered. Do you guys, for anybody here, you should definitely 100% feel the value of that. I shouldn't even really have to explain it, right?
We've been working together for
comment 1 if you guys are still with me.
About 2 years now, and it's such a seamless thing. I'm so grateful for Joseph, and I highly recommend that everybody.
So James has a team of about 10 agents. Lauren, she has a brokerage that has about 40 to 50 agents and still growing.
Hi, my name is Lauren Colazzo, founder and principal broker of Made Home. Hiring a VA through Go Hire Retire has been an absolute game changer for myself and the brokerage. Fast forward to now, and I have a team of about 6 VAs that run all departments of the business at all hours of the day. I have to say that I no longer feel like a slave to my own business anymore, and I've gained back so much of my own personal time and freedom. Aside from that, Joseph and Go Hire Retire have truly given me the platform to scale my business in a far faster time frame than I could have ever done running operations on my own, or even by just hiring traditional employees. And for that, I am so grateful. It does not matter what industry you're in or what type of business you own. If you do not have a VA, you're slacking. Go get you one.
That's the one that has over 222 reviews on Google. Okay. And then we also have, let's see, Gina, when she said she was super excited.
I really the VA I just hired, so thanks to you. And
Sure.
then yeah, so she's great. So
Good VA, you guys vibe well. She's experienced.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
How was the process with us finding you a VA? Was it easy for you? Was it smooth?
Yeah, it was great. Ton of information. And I appreciate putting all this effort. Really, it was.
Yeah.
I think I did tell Martha and then Christine as well. It has been just such a pleasing pleasure to work with you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's so much to learn. Really.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. Awesome.
Right. So that, it could really be that easy.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Yeager, and I own Stephanie Yeager Marketing LLC. I have several clients. I work with.
There are 3 spots left, and I guarantee you, when I stop the testimonial and I start to, we put the link again, people are going to start to purchase. So if you're somebody that wants it, you better get it now.
Professional services companies like subcontractors, and I also work with e-commerce.
Okay, I was just told we have 2 spots left.
Clients. So I was getting to the point where I needed to have some help. I couldn't do it all myself anymore, and I had seen a TikTok.
For those of you who are still waiting at the edge of your seat and thinking about it, man, you guys are real freaking risk takers waiting this long to get it. But I'm going to open up the mic. I'm going to make sure some people can actually talk and ask me questions.
Ad from Joseph about being in like a Sprinter van and my VAs are doing all the work for me or whatever. And I actually had seen that several months prior. And I was thinking to myself at the time, I think this is something I'm going to need to do here pretty soon. So in those couple of months of sort of not taking action, his team with me, and I would kind of tell him like, I'm not quite ready yet. And they would continue to follow up with me. And I can't remember exactly what I was thinking at that time. I think I was just thinking is a VA sort of on my behalf and does all of that work for me. So I ended up choosing the option of having his team hire a VA on my behalf because like immediately, like urgently, like yesterday. So I hired his team to find a VA on my behalf. And yeah, within 7 days, it may have been even sooner than that, but it was definitely within 7 days. I had top 3 candidates that I could choose from.
And since this testimonial, we've refined our processes and made it easier for us to get a VA within 48 business hours.
I was able to view their assignments and see them on a recorded video. And then I was able to sort of choose the ones that I wanted to continue in the application process, and then Go Hire Retire also walked me through bringing on that VA, creating the standard opportunity.
Okay, so look, you guys get the point with that. I'm going to show you guys what the community actually looks like for anybody that's still at the, on the fence right now. If we look at the school community, right, we have 727 members. The very first post I made, we have 451 comments. Okay, 451 comments. And then in the classroom, you can see all the courses that you're getting, right? You'll see the full virtual assistant course. This is also known as the Delegate, Automate, and Elevate Academy. This course shows you exactly how to scale up with your VAs. It has all the documents that you need. It shows you all the interview process, the advertisement that we use, all this stuff, right? And then we show you how to scale with your VAs using AI, okay? Using AI in different programs, okay? And then we also show you exactly we also answer your questions, and in the calendar, we'll actually show you exactly what you need to know in terms of your guys' precise questions on these 6:30 p.m. Calls that we do. Okay, and again, we have 727 members that are on here. So if you're like, oh, I'm not sure, like I'm not sure if I should do it. I don't know how many other people have done this. I mean, you guys have already seen that we have tons of testimonials of real people, real realtors that are really doing this, that have had success, that have been extremely happy with the process. So yeah, we've dropped the link here now. We have 2 spots left. I want to make sure that everybody gets their questions answered. So what I'm going to start to do is call on people like, we will have an AI bot to help us manage. So Dwight, that's obviously going to be your choice. But yeah, we show you how to get an AI bot. It's $20 a month. It's not, we didn't develop the company or anything like that, but we show you how to use tools and systems. We're showing you how to prompt this tool. We're showing you how to get it into your group chat and how to have it actually manage the virtual assistant. Okay, manage the virtual assistant and get support. You get support in WhatsApp with us, with our team, and you'll get support with that VA actually helping with answering questions, and also helping with asking for the end of day report and checking in with them every other hour and answering questions and things like that. So Dwight, what's the biggest thing, real quick, if you want to unmute your mic? Unmute your mic. Where are you from? What's the biggest thing you're struggling with?
I'm just getting started. So it's kind of like everything right now. And I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Nice. Okay. So you've never done a real estate deal before?
A while ago, but I'm really just
while ago.
officially getting started, legally, with my legal structure, foundation, the whole nine.
Gotcha. Okay. So maybe you'd be more interested in what we're going to talk about in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hava Simchon, where are you from? What brokerage you with? And what's the biggest struggle that you guys have? You can go ahead and unmute
Okay,
your mic.
all right.
Yep, there you
Oh,
go.
it took me a minute to undo this. I'm with Keller Williams,
Nice.
and
That's
I had a
awesome.
bit of a setback because of, I was a caretaker for my mom, and so I had to kind of, I wasn't really as active as I should have been, and now I'm kind of starting over again. So I would say that yes, I've done a bunch of real estate deals, but the whole market has changed and shifted. You have to do a lot of videos. You've got to be present in social media because that's where your buyers are. So, I used to depend on referral business and postcards and whatever, and everything has really shifted. And I'm not really there in terms of that transition of where, the world is gone and, change is happening very quickly. And, so there's a lot of technology, and for those of us who weren't raised with it, it's a lot harder. Like, it's just really difficult because Keller Williams in my office, they spent $1 billion with technology, back end command, but it's not that easy for me because I'm not a tech person. A lot of us are salespeople, we like to broadcast information and connect with people, but we're not, techies who could sit there for hours trying to figure out what to click on. And so that's why that's like my big bottleneck is the whole thing of technology. And that's why
So
I kind of
how?
need somebody to help me do
Right.
the stuff that I can't, it's taking like I'll do a video, then I have to figure out how to edit. Then I have to figure out how to post it. Then I have to figure out how to, it's just a lot.
Right. So let me ask you this. I mean, do you need a virtual assistant? Do you feel like you need a virtual assistant now, or do you already have one? Or
No, I don't have one. But I
okay,
feel
have you
like
ever
I
had
need
one
it.
before?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever had one before?
No.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess what's the biggest fear around getting a VA now? Like, what's the biggest fear around working with us? What's the biggest thing that you think
Okay,
is
the
kind of keeping
biggest
you on the fence?
fear, I'd say the biggest fear for me is because I have just like spent a bunch of money on two other courses. Of course, they're not related to VAs, where, they made certain, where there's like no tech support, you have to kind of figure out everything on your own. So
Right.
I made two mistakes, and I guess my hesitancy is I definitely want one.
Hmm.
But I'm dealing with a lot of overwhelm because there's so many
Mm.
things, there's just, I watch a lot of Zoom calls. I don't know which ones are, I really need like a step by step, somebody to help me. Like when I call and I say,
Mm.
hey, I don't really know what to do now. Hopefully I can train the VA, but I don't know that I know what to tell her to actually do because I don't even know the technology. So
Well,
that's my
let me ask you this.
hesitancy.
What is it that you do on a daily basis? What takes up most of your time?
Well, I'm, right now I do have some clients, so I basically, search for properties. I'm doing videos. I go into houses and do a bunch of videos. I'm, showing properties.
Hmm.
Things like that.
Yeah, yeah. And you're dealing with your CRM and your leads and things like that, right?
I'm not even, no, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
even,
interesting.
no, I'm not even dealing with my CRM. I'm not doing the marketing I should be doing. So I'm really,
Mm.
I mean, I never really did the whole, um, I did it for a while, but then I got caught up with a lot of other things, with elderly parents, and it was just like a lot of exhaustion. So,
Mm.
I mean, I would say that I'm probably the perfect candidate for a VA because I really need somebody to do this stuff where I've, had a lot of, anyway, a lot of personal stuff that I've had to deal with, well, with
Yeah.
elderly parents. So
Right,
I've
right.
not really been as delegating or focused or taking the action, frankly.
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
been really stuck.
I believe
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I
this
believe it.
is what you're saying too is big because a lot of you guys are in this position. Your business relies on you so heavily that even one swift change in your personal life or business cripples you. The activity slows. I can't close deals. I'm confused about this. I'm confused about that. It just tells me you don't have any systems in place. You don't know how to delegate, and you're not gonna hit your goals that you want to hit, and that's just a fact, right? Like it's more important than ever to implement what we're talking about so you can accomplish what you're saying. You don't need to know everything. Most of you probably know nothing about cars, but you can get in your car right now and go exactly to your destination. This is the vehicle. You get in the vehicle, you do your daily activities, you do what you do in real estate, you do what you're good at, and our vehicle will help guide you, the SOPs, the AI tools that surround it. We've built the vehicle, it will help take you to the destination. So don't be crippled by the idea of technology or I don't know how to hire. We've built the vehicle, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, we spent a lot of time, we spent a lot of energy, so you guys don't have to. And hopefully, most of you aren't saying, well, I need to wait for this or I need to wait for that. Or the wait is why you're in the position you're in right now. No more wait. The wait will not help you. If you're brand new
Hmm.
to this or you're a veteran, we've built the vehicle so you guys can delegate. We do not get on these webinars to motivate anyone. It's for purely strategy so you can implement it in your business and actually get the results. If you guys want to close more deals, if you want to get back your time, and you want to use AI and technology tools that we've built and we make it super easy to use, this is the place you need to be. And it's good you're investing in your education, but you never stop investing in yourself. If you guys learn one thing from what you purchased today and you have one golden nugget, it will pay for itself 10x, 15x, 20x. Do not look for this to solve all your problems in your real estate business.
And this isn't some course, right? Like you mentioned, you purchased like a course program, like that you're gonna have to go through yourself and go through on your cadence and things like that. And like you're already dealing with so much. With this, we're literally coming in, finding the VA for you. We're in a chat with you, answering your questions. We show you what programs to download. We help the VA with starting up those things that they need to use. And then we guide you with using them with them. and we'll be there for 90 days. And if at any point you need another call, you can easily schedule a call with Grace and have a quick call with her and understand it all. And then on top of that, we have the Wednesday calls. So you're able to talk to us directly and we'll guide you. Where do I go next? What program do I use next? How do I get them up to speed? You know how easy it is to get them to learn your CRM? It's extremely easy. There's so many videos on KV Core and any other, CRM you might be using. So many videos, and these VAs will be competent enough to go through that and, maybe enter in any of the leads that you've been slacking and not putting into your CRM. You could say, hey, take these, 200 contacts and add them into my CRM now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay. So look, so I'm very much like the person. So Sophia said, okay. Sophia, go ahead and unmute your mic real quick. And Hava, thank you so much for sharing your experience here. We really hope that what we've said, thus far helps you with making the decision to get into this, placement, because we'll do it for you. We'll set the stuff up for you. You don't have to go through courses. We go through it with you ASAP. We help you with understanding the process. We hold your hand. Our average client is 30 to 40 years old and aren't tech savvy. And we have so many clients that are 50, even 65 years old that we hold their hand throughout the whole process. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do this. So Sophia, real quick, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi there.
How you doing? Yeah, so I heard you had a question about budget, you said in the chat. Yeah,
So
you have to rebuild. Yep.
trying to understand the whole entire carrying cost for the next so just like is that Hava who we were speaking to before? Have to rebuild the entire system. I see value in what you're offering here, but I also would like to know, we're doing a budget with a VA starting back to rebuild from zero. I have KV Core. Um, Obviously you're trying to get the social media presence and then after being able to get the deal flow. And like your other panelist, he was saying, Hatem was saying that the systems seems to be not there in delegations, and this is what is going to help us do that, right?
100%. That's the biggest thing for us. So your main thing is that like you're rebuilding, you're feeling like you're not tech savvy, you're wanting to understand the budget. There's not enough clarity around the budget. So 1497 would be the amount that you're paying up front, unless you choose to do the financing. Then it would obviously be 100 something a month or $63 a month. And you're paying the VA anywhere from $80 a week to potentially $200 a week, depending on if they're part-time or full-time. So you could do the math on how much you need for the next 90 days. I wouldn't focus too much on the next 90 days, like because you're going to look at a big number like, oh, I need to pay that much in 90 days. But you're not thinking about the amount of time it's going to get you back, which is you can't put a price on that time that you're getting back, right? Your time is one of the most valuable things that are in this world because you can never get that time back. And then beyond that, the time that you get back should allow you to get more deals. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's really the biggest thing here. And that's what we're going to help you with and hold your hand along the process with. So Sophia, like what else do you think is there anything else that's like a setback or like something that you feel like you're struggling with or need clarity on?
No, I think I understand what you're saying. It's just like we use KV Core. So I'm guessing if we get a VA, we can train them to implement. Is that how that also works?
Exactly. There's so many videos online that show you how to use KV Core. And Grace, what she'll do is she'll give those videos to whatever VA it is that you choose you're going to hire. Because we provide you with 3 to 5 on a list. You choose the one that you like the best, the one that has the best English, the one that seems to vibe with you the most. And we place them in your business and we onboard them with you. We have an onboarding call with you. We walk through the SOP that we created. We create the SOP with you. We help you with setting up those programs with you. All of this happens within the span of 3 days. And then boom, you hit the ground running. Any questions, you say it in the chat or you jump on our Wednesday calls. You know what I mean? And so we have 2 spots left.
I want to add to that. When we're asking questions, you want to know the right question to ask in this scenario. How much money will this make me? How much time will this get back? How much would you be willing to pay to get that outcome? Do not look at it as the other way around. How much does it cost? What is the budget? That number is obsolete. It doesn't mean anything. If I say, hey, Out of this, I will close an $8,000 deal. I will close a $6,000 deal. I'll have more time. Would you pay $1,000 every month? I would, yeah, because I know the outcome, therefore the cost is justified. But if I try to do it cost based and go the other way, then I'm not going to get the results I want. So always be looking outcome based in this scenario. Yes, paying $400 a month part time for a VA, yes, you're going to buy a lot of time back so you can focus on the business. You're the growth operator, more appointments, more focus, and you will close more deals. Just think of it as an investment. Would you guys be willing right now, if you paid $400 to a VA, if it helped you close one more deal in your business right now, would you be mad if you paid 400 and you go make 5K, 6K? Would you guys be pissed off about that? No, because the math works. That's how you have to think about it. You want a full-time VA? Oh, you start paying 600, 700, 800 a month. Are you going to be pissed because you closed 2 deals each month now more and you're making $12,000? That's how business works, right? If the numbers work, then the cost is irrelevant. You need to focus on the right details here. Exactly,
Yep.
Dwight.
And
It doesn't.
and thank you so much for chiming in and saying what you said there. I really hope that we see you in the academy, and we see you on the placement. We'll take very good care of you. We'll hold your hand along the whole process. There's really no doubt that you should have here because not only did you see that there's hundreds of other people that we've done this with that have had a really good experience, but we've answered a couple of your questions here. We made it a lot more clear. It's definitely worth it. My man MB that added the AI profile picture, man. Let's hear from you, man. Where are you from? What's the biggest struggle you're dealing with? MB, let me go. Boom, asked to unmute. I clicked on ask to unmute, so now you can unmute your mic real quick and just chat. MB. I wish I knew your actual name.
AI man,
Make
we
it
know
easier.
you're there.
AI man, you're there. I see you.
Tech issues. The
Tech.
guy
Okay, well,
updated his profile to AI and he's having tech issues. That's crazy.
MB, we'll circle back. Try to figure out the unmute and we'll chat. Dwight, what's the biggest thing that you're dealing with right now, Dwight? I see you texting in the chat. What's the biggest thing that's holding you back? And I'm gonna be right back and Hudson will answer.
Overwhelmed. Yeah,
Let's talk about it. When you say overwhelmed, what do you mean exactly?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Yeah, I said overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed?
Yes. Where to start? What can I actually delegate? But you guys are definitely making it clear what to delegate and what not. You're easing a lot of anxiety. I can't wait to get started. It's a great program.
Yeah, man. Have you checked out yet? Have you grabbed a spot?
No, not yet.
Okay, grab a spot, man. Yeah, you don't need to be overwhelmed. Like I'm big on making things stupid easy. Like my goal is like when we're building this, could I give it to a 5-year-old and they could figure it out? Like that's the questions we're asking. And what I don't mean that to degrade anyone's knowledge. What I'm saying is like let's literally make it step by step. Here's the document. This is how we hire the VA. This is how you manage the VA. Use this software. Click this button to use the software, right? This way, no matter where you are in your career, you can still pull value out of this system. So don't let feeling overwhelmed cripple your opportunity, right? Because some people will be like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, they don't take any action. Well, you started this call here and you're gonna end the call in the same place. And so I can tell you with this, we're gonna be able to provide clarity on delegating tasks so you can make more money buying back time. Because no one does it like me and Joseph. We are the best in the freaking world at placing VAs and using AI. I can promise that. We've worked with over 700 clients, man. So don't feel like you need to figure this out. That's why you would buy something like this, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Is there anything specific you're in your head about? Like, I know you're overwhelmed, but like, is it like, what am I going to do with the VA? What task am I going to give them? Like,
Exactly. That's the overwhelm.
Okay, so we actually use AI. So we have a task delegator generator. You literally say, hey, you can talk to it too. You can literally talk to it. Say, hey, This is what my day-to-day looks like. This is what my normal schedule looks like. Can you outline the task that you think I should give to my virtual assistant that's going to help me buy back more of my time so I can actually scale my business? And it's going to give you line by line what you should delegate to your VA. You don't even have to know. We use technology to shortcut you having to be an expert in the space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to give you that, man. That AI doesn't exist anywhere. But
Yeah.
we built it for realtors specifically to figure out exactly what they need to delegate.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that's already solved once you can, get on this side.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you're running into?
No, can't think clear right now.
Gotcha. Dwight, appreciate you speaking. MB, did you figure it out? You said batteries. Were you able to figure out the batteries?
Boy's got his laptop connected to a Tesla.
Got to charge that Tesla, man. I see we have Jan. What's up, Jan? Where are you from? What's the biggest struggle that you're having? Jan Dunson. I'm going to click on unmute. We also have Janka. Janka, what's the biggest struggle that you have in your business? Jan, okay, Jan just unmuted.
Really, one of the things I have is you're talking about the big companies are using the VAs. Well, I just had an issue with Frontier, and I had no internet service for a week because I couldn't get someone to understand me, and they were in the Philippines. So that
So
is
you
a
asked them where
concern of mine.
you asked them where they were from, and they said from the Philippines.
Yeah, I did. About
Interesting.
the
Yeah. So let me
15th
ask you this.
time I talked to him, probably.
That makes sense. So Jan, let me ask you this: if we give you a list of 3 to 5 people that you could choose from, do you think you'll eventually be able to find someone that has good English? Especially if, for any reason, you said, "Hey, I want more people to look at." Besides the 3 to 5, I want to look at more options. Do you think within reason we'll be able to find you someone that has good English?
Joseph, that is a big concern of mine. I literally must have talked to them 15 or 20 times.
The same person?
And no, that's my concern. I talk to a different person every time.
Mm.
And
And when
not
when
one of them could
yeah.
understand
Mm.
that I needed to talk to a support person because they were not support people. And when I
Is it
finally got someone out here, it took him less than 10 minutes to get my internet back on, which I did not have for almost 7 days.
So I can tell you right now, that's not a VA problem. That's a human problem. How many of you own a house or you rent a house and you want someone to come out and fix something? US citizens, workers, they don't show up. They show up late. They do a terrible job. That's a people problem. People who are terrible at what they do. That is not, you can't avoid that. That is why we get over 100 applications on a specific skill, and we, essentially wipe out 80 to 90% of them to find high quality talents. So you can talk to
and
those people.
and
Yeah, if you
beyond
give
that,
me grace, I'd be in.
yeah,
That's
and
what we do.
beyond
We
that,
find graces.
everybody heard Grace. Everybody heard Grace and can all agree that her English is great. And if for any reason,
Thank you.
Well, this was not actually, I don't think this was totally that they didn't speak good English. They did not understand. And to be working for, an internet company, I mean, I don't know if you'd call them a tech company, but for them, I don't know. It was just a disaster. You can imagine when you're in real
I can
estate,
imagine for
don't have
sure. Yeah.
internet for almost a week.
It's
I was
terrible.
going to
It's
my
bad.
office like, oh.
Yeah, I could
Anyway,
see how
that's
I can see how that kind of makes you a little skeptical. You're like, dang, I had this bad experience with people in the Philippines, so I probably don't want to hire from there, right?
I know, and
But
I know that shouldn't be. I totally know, but you just can't help it.
no, and I get that. What I tell everyone is like, listen, if you ever have a bad experience, maybe you should use more data to tell if it's true. So if I eat bad food, was Like if I eat a bad hot dog, is all hot dogs terrible in the world? Probably not. It was probably that one I ate. So I'm gonna have another attempt. If you don't understand this concept in business, you will get wiped out. Other realtors, will conquer your markets. If you have a bad experience in something, let the data tell you the truth, not your bias of what you think. If you hire 10 Philippines and they all don't work, maybe you're onto something that they don't work. But until then, don't let one experience dictate, this law that you've created for yourself in your business.
Mm-hmm. And beyond that, guys, I'm going to show you something, and we really appreciate you, Jen. We really hope to see you on the inside. We'll hold your hand along the whole route. If for any reason the 3 to 5 options that we provide to you, which I can guarantee you will all have great English. If for any reason you wanted to see more, we'll provide you with more with no problem. But the goal here is that we're going to guide you through the whole thing. We'll hold your hand. We'll make it super easy. But what I'm going to show you quick, do you guys see my screen here? Hatsem, do you see this here?
I do, yep.
Do you see there's also a pay in 2 option? For anybody that's willing to pay a little bit more, because you can pay, go ahead and pay in 2. The option, it's gohireretire.com/2pay. Now it won't be $14.97. It'll be a bit more, but if you really need to pay in 2, because it makes you feel more comfortable, or you just don't have access to that much extra capital because your expenses, it'll be $8.97 today or 30 days later, right? It'll be either after placement or in 30 days, whichever comes faster. Okay. So we'll get you a VA from the day of the onboarding call, which your onboarding call is probably going to be scheduled for Monday or Tuesday. We'll find you VAs in 48 hours. You'll choose one, and then we'll probably onboard them probably the following week. It'll be either you pay in 30 days or after we get you a virtual assistant, whichever comes first, right? So $8.97 today. If you guys want to get access to it this way, if this makes you feel more comfortable, and you're willing to pay a little bit more for it, but you could pay $8.97 today, then this is an option for you guys. No credit involved, none of that. It'll just be through us, okay? And you can do gohireretire.com/2pay, okay? Is that clear for everybody? And just to be clear on what it's going to look like, once you pay with us, you're immediately going to be prompted to book an onboarding call. And on that onboarding call, you're going to be able to figure out exactly what you need to delegate, learn a little bit more about Grace and what the system looks like. And then it's probably going to be like a 15-minute call, maybe even up to 30 minutes if you have a lot of questions. And then within 48 business hours, we find you a virtual assistant. We present you with 3 to 5 options. And then we have another call with the VA that you chose and us. And either you can interview them yourself really quick if you'd like, or, just to see if they're a fit and meet some of your standards, or we just go ahead and onboard them. But either way, we end up onboarding them with you. We read the SOP with you. And that's what this looks like. So for this, we're saving 2 spots specifically for this. For the people that want to pay in full and get the cheapest price possible, $14.97, you could finance that. You could do the $14.97. We still have 2 spots left for that. But we also have 2 spots for the pay in 2 option. And I just received a text message that one is already taken. It looks like somebody already took advantage of the $8.97 pay in 2 option, which is great. So there's 1 spot left for this one and 1 spot left for the $14.97. Okay. So let's see. I'm just going to go through. We'll ask one more person if they have questions, and then we'll move on here and talk more about what else we have. So Lauren Patrick, where are you from, and what's been your biggest struggle? Lauren Patrick. And also James Hooker. James W. Hooker. Where are you from and what's your biggest struggle? And Theta Christie, whoever unmutes first. We'd love to chat with you guys and see what your direct problems are. What's the main thing? And MB, did you figure out your microphone yet? We have Theta. We have James W. Hooker. MB. Unmute your mic for me really quick. What's the biggest struggle that you guys? There you go. What's up, man?
Nothing. I was just curious on what you guys were offering. It's just you guys are like 3 days late for me. I already hired someone for the next 2 months, but I'll look into you guys if it doesn't work out in about 60 to 90 days. It's just that I was just curious on what you guys were what your company was offering,
Right.
and maybe later, if things don't work out for me, I can reach out to you guys
Nice. Nice,
and
nice.
then
Where do
go
you guys
from
hire
there.
from?
So, say again.
Where did you guys hire from? Or where did you hire from?
A company in Florida.
Nice. Okay. Well, listen, James, we're wishing
So
you the best of luck, and I hope that this has been valuable. Okay.
Yeah,
it
man,
has,
and there's something we're going to talk about in a few that I think will be applicable. You have someone that you just hired. There's something else we're about to discuss that can take it to another level if you already have someone.
Mhm. All right. So look, congrats to all the action takers. So far, the two pay is there's one spot left, and then it looks like there's also one spot left now for the regular pay in full 1497. Okay. So congrats to all action takers. I know some of you want the results, but the timing or the investment level of the last offer might not be right for you right now, which is definitely understandable. And I get it. Everyone's at a different stage in their journey, and that's why I've created a path where you can still, take action, move forward, and build momentum. Okay, without needing to commit at that higher level yet. Okay, so I want to introduce to you the do-it-yourself version. We're not going to find a VA for you, but you can do it yourself with our academy. Because moving forward beats standing still. I don't want, price or timing to hold you back from taking the next step. This done for you VA placement program is about empowerment, giving you the ability to act now, gain momentum, drive results ASAP. So if the premium done for you option wasn't right for you, there's still a chance that you can join us and create real progress. So here's the perfect step to get moving, and you get access to our academy, and you still get access to that community and over 60 hours of content for you to go through and learn how to find, train, and manage VAs. We give you the exact, and this is for $497, only for people on this Zoom. Okay, put the link real quick. Only for people on this Zoom. And for this, we're only allowing 3 people. We're only allowing 3 people. Okay. If you're not satisfied with your purchase within 30 days of enrollment and you met the simple refund requirements, we will provide you with a full refund. To qualify for the refund, you just have to complete the academy, post at least 3 VA job posts, conduct at least 15 interviews, join at least 2 coaching calls. And we believe that by taking action, this exact action, and putting the knowledge into practice, you'll unlock your full potential and achieve success. So as long as you give it a fair chance and put in the effort, you're covered by our 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. Okay. So it's $497. The link is down below. For anybody that was saying that maybe you already have a VA, or maybe right now is not the best time to get a VA and you want to wait a little bit, this is probably for you. And for people that want us to go and get a VA for them, and you want absolute certainty that it's going to be great, then you could do the other route, which is the other link that we talked about. Theta, how's it going? Where are you from and what's your biggest struggle? I see that you're here in the chat. I was trying to get you to unmute earlier. What's your biggest struggle?
I'm from Baltimore, and I am absolutely brand new.
Nice.
The ink is not
Okay.
even dry on my license yet.
God, it makes sense. So it sounds like, obviously you don't need a VA ASAP. You're still figuring out the ropes. So
Yep.
probably something like this would make a little bit more sense. Get a little bit more clarity on what I've done to get more deals. Okay. And get clarity
Yeah.
on how to get VAs in the future. And then beyond that, if you wanted to run ads or anything like that, we have stuff about that in our course as well.
Right.
Okay.
I haven't even finished the orientation yet.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Yeah. So this would probably make more sense. It sounds like there's no real struggle. You just got started, so that's fine. We appreciate you hopping in and spending time with us. MB, did you get your mic go ahead and figured out? Did you get your mic figured out to unmute? Done.
And just to provide a little bit more clarity, we've created 2 paths here. We have the done for you, right, where you have a specific pain exists in your business and you want us to come in, solve it, and get that VA placed fast with all the AI tools surrounding it to enhance it so you can start making more money in your business and you can start, getting your time back. This option, the 497, is for the more do it yourself. Maybe you don't have the funds, maybe you have more time available. Then and you want to go through more trial and error, that's what this is going to be for, okay? Naturally, you're going to have to test stuff yourself, which is okay, but be realistic and expect it. It's only $497. If you're not willing to spend, $500 pretty much on your business to learn one golden nugget to, grow, then maybe, this whole workshop maybe you shouldn't have attended. This is really for those realtors who are on here is like, hey, I want to take this to the next level. I want to invest in myself and I want to walk away with at least something. That's why we outline two paths here. Done for you and do it yourself. So there's no
Nice. And we have,
excuses.
looks like Angelica just got it. Awesome. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, welcome,
Appreciate you.
welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I see that there's also Lisa Penny. Lisa Penny, where are you from? What's your biggest struggle? Where are you from? What brokerage? What's your biggest struggle right now? If you want to go ahead and unmute, I'm going to click on Ask to Unmute so you can see the prompt on your screen. And then there's also Jonka.
I see May just
And
purchased as well. Welcome, May. Thank you for taking action. Happy to have you.
very nice. Awesome. And then we have, let's see who else we have here. Because we still have a good amount of people that are sitting here. Comment one if you're still with us. Comment one if you're still with us.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Lisa, Lauren, Joanne. Joanne, where are you from? What's your biggest struggle? Yeah, we got a lot of people still here with us. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then Darlene, you were talking in the chat earlier. Love for you to unmute your mic and talk a little bit about what you've been dealing with. Where are you from? What brokerage you with? And what's your biggest struggle?
Can you see me?
Let's see.
I don't know
I
how
can
to
hear it. I
show
can
my
hear you, but I can't.
face.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. You can click the camera button on the bottom to turn on your camera
The
if
camera
you'd like.
button.
Yeah. And then Christy also had some questions I saw. Christy, sorry if I missed your questions earlier. She typed it in a different chat. I'll answer hers after you, Darlene.
I'm still here, but I don't see no camera button. Can maybe
It's okay. You can ask without the camera. That's okay.
Okay. My biggest challenge is I do marketing. Actually, I'm a broker owner of Affluent Realty, and I am
Nice.
powered by a huge company called Epic Realty. And the reason I did that is because I don't necessarily want agents myself, but partnering with them, I am able to use their agents, and I also have all of the benefits that they offer, like 401k, free car washes, free babysitting, just all
Mm,
sorts of things.
hmm
So it was a benefit to me, but I struggle. It seems like I do everything by myself and I don't really accomplish anything.
mm,
So that's where, and it's not good. It's
right.
like I'm
Of
working
course.
and working and working for free.
Mm, gotcha. Okay. And have you ever had a VA or do you have a VA?
No,
Gotcha. What does your deal flow look like now? How often are you closing deals?
maybe one every 2 months.
Gotcha. And is that enough to hold you over? You've been happy with that, or you feel like
No, it's
a
enough
big
to
change needs to happen?
survive on, and that's about it. I
Mm,
still have monthly fees with I do pay Epic like $97 a month, and then we have MIBOR fees and this fee and that fee.
hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you haven't really been happy with the deal flow. What are you doing on a daily basis mostly? Like what's the biggest, what are the things you're doing the most?
Networking, talking to
Networking.
people. Right now I'm also doing the CE classes because I have to have it done by June.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
Makes sense.
and
Networking,
talking
anything
with
involving
other
deals?
agents, but not
Hmm.
really getting anywhere.
Right. What were you going to say, Hudson?
I mean, obviously, Darlene, you jumped on this workshop for a reason. What would
Yeah.
you say like the biggest pain point that you were trying to solve that like, hey, I really want to take this away and fix this in my business. What were you hoping to accomplish?
Learning from you guys. I'm not very techy. I think
Mhm.
what you have said is awesome. I think I see success all over it. I did have a question. Um,
Hmm.
can these VAs like do I don't know how to explain it. Maybe avatars of pictures of us doing social media advertising. Do you know what I mean?
So like creating
They could
content
do.
for ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have AI tools that you can plug your VA into, and we have over those 400 plus ChatGPT prompts that we actually give you. You'll paste it into ChatGPT, so you can actually create content that you can use on Facebook ads, Google ads. You can use them on your websites. So as far as the actual visual, you'll be able to use the AI tool, but you'll also be able to use the AI tool to create the caption for the post or for the ad. So if you need help actually writing out, hey, I want to advertise this, this is my style, this is my goal with the ad, it will actually give you good copy, which is the words on the ad that you can
Hmm.
use. So it can do the whole ad for you actually.
See, I think that's beautiful because when I started 25 years ago, it was completely different back then. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like having to relearn everything all over again. But I
Mhm.
think that this is awesome. It's the way to go. And I am going to find the money, trust me, because you guys are the best that I have been on other Zoom calls before, and they want to charge more to do less than what you guys are
Mm.
offering. So I
Wow.
don't see a better deal anywhere.
Let's
And I
Wow.
go.
just want to thank you. I will. I'm not gonna forget. I'm not.
Well, just
We
keep in
appreciate you,
mind,
Darlene.
we'll drop the links in the chat, but keep in mind, we only offer this on this workshop.
I
So
know.
unfortunately, if you come to us later, it will be more. But again, we split it up. Financing's there. We have the 497 option. You can upgrade to placement in the future, which is pretty cool. But remember, this is a tax write-off too. You close
Yeah,
one deal from this, it will pay for it. So like, I want you to realize
absolutely.
the ROI is there. So don't be afraid to kind of lean some cash into it because you'll make it
Okay.
right back.
I
Mhm.
definitely will. And I thank you
Darlene.
and I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate
Absolutely,
you.
Darlene. We appreciate you. You have a great day, okay? I see there's also Jan Dunson and Beth. I see we have Beth. Did we talk to Beth?
I
Beth, have
don't
we
think
talked to
so.
you? Beth, feel free to unmute your mic if we haven't talked to you yet. Otherwise, comment that we've already spoken to you. And then we also have AJ. AJ, feel free to unmute your mic and chat real quick. Where are you from? What's your biggest struggle? My guy AJ. And then we have, and by the way, anyone who's already purchased can definitely, leave and still get the free stuff if that's a concern. Um,
Hmm.
anyone who's already purchased automatically gets all the free stuff. And then there is Janka. I'm
So
not sure if we talked to you already.
Dwight said, didn't you say we can secure this price offer if we commented that we want it later to not have to pay 5K? Unfortunately not, man. Again, this is a special pricing for those who are attending this live workshop with us to redeem it right now. Again, our 5K is if you came to us, you went on our website, you wanted to talk to us, that's what it's going to be. But you spent the time, we went through this, we've talked to each other, so that's why we're doing the special
I
deal.
think he's talking about the. I think he's talking about the. He might be talking about the free stuff that we talked about, the free gifts. If you're talking about the free gifts, yeah. If you stay till the end, you get it, yeah. But for these offers that we're talking about here, you can't come to us later and get the same price. No, maybe you got those confused. But yeah, we also have. So Sophia, what's your biggest holdback right now? Because we see you haven't still gotten in. We have one spot. Okay, so we actually only have. Okay, yeah, we have one spot left for literally all three, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So anybody that still wants to get still has a chance before we finish this up. But we have three spots left, and Sophia hasn't gotten in yet, which I'm surprised about. And Swellen, where are you from? I don't think we had you unmute your mic. Where are you from? What's your biggest struggle? I might be saying your name wrong. Sorry about that. It might be Swelen, maybe. Beth, I see we have Beth. Beth, we might have already spoken to. So let's see what else we have. So look, anybody who still wants to get access to Go High Level, and you haven't taken advantage of the academy, you haven't taken advantage of the placement, if you want to get access to Go High Level still, you could still get access to it through us by using this link down below. Okay, that's going to be, yeah, Beth, I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, microphone not working. Comment real quick where you are from and what your biggest struggle is if you want to comment that down below. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, you'll still get access to the SMS templates for buyers and sellers, the email nurture templates, the funnels for realtor ads, realtor website templates, automations. But yeah, go ahead and drop that in the chat for me, Hatem, if you can. crm.gohiretire/ Yep. And what I actually want to do, I want to actually use a different link because that link that we were using is not the agency link. So I'm going to grab the agency link really quick because GHL recently updated their stuff. But yeah, who's still with me? Comment 1 if you're still with me. Huntsville, just getting started with the team. Beth, okay, you're brand new. Got it. No problem.
Let's go. Boom. Boom.
See the agency dashboard.
I would do it. Unfortunately, I have a lot of expense. I see the benefits. Don't, again, the outcome is what you're looking for. The money doesn't matter as long as you get the outcome.
This is the link for the CRM,
Right.
actually. If you guys want to get it at a discounted price where it's only $79 a month instead of getting it for $97, you can still get access to the CRM and get access to all of the things that we talked about. But I'm going to quickly share my screen again. But yeah, Christy, to answer your question, will these VAs be trained in GHL and Command? Again, no, we don't find VAs for hard skills, right? So we can help and provide them videos with GHL, Command. We also have a course on GHL, so they'll be able to go through that training. And once they're hired, you'll pay the VA directly, yes, to answer your question. Sorry for missing that earlier. But yeah, I'm going to share my screen again and run through a couple more testimonials, and then we'll kind of finish up here and make sure that everybody that wanted to get access was able to get access. So I'm going to go through some testimonials specifically about the course.
Huge shout out. He taught me.
You guys are able to hear this, right?
How to find basically outsourced work for cheap in the Philippines. So I've had several cold callers, video editors. I've been able to do a lot for my business by outsourcing VAs and ISAs. And Joseph put me on this. Thank you.
And then we have my guy Ryan.
Testimonial of what you like and what you thought of, what we talked about and stuff like that, and how the process was hiring somebody.
Yeah, so when it came to hiring a VA and going through your course, like Joe, I just really appreciate the straightforwardness of your course. Like just how I talked about, I like things that are straight up. There's not a lot of fluff. But not only
Hatem, send that message again, but with the pricing, please.
that, what you gave, and I think a lot of
For the pricing links?
people, just when it comes to leadership, is a lot of the mindset that people need to be in when they're having people work for them. Now, granted, that's just how I naturally work, and I feel like that's why I've always had success with working with people overseas or just remotely like this. Is because it's having that empathy toward people, understanding where they're at, understanding that the culture is different from where you're at, and like the little nuances that has. So yeah, I just really appreciate all those things. Another big thing was the red flags. The red flags to look out for, especially when it came to the video editors, because I spotted those.
Boom. So that's a pretty good one. Then we got John.
Hey, my name is John. And I currently have over 500,000 subscribers across Instagram and YouTube, and I've been doing YouTube for the last 10 years, and we've had a team that started in-house, and then, it became more of a remote global team over the last few years. The one that we think is going to be the best fit. To be honest, I was a little skeptical about how the process would work because personally, I know how long it takes to find somebody. So when they said, hey, we got somebody that we think you'll like, I went into it with like, it's going to be okay, maybe we can hire them. After I looked at that Zoom recording, that Loom recording, they asked every single question I would have asked on that first interview. They also gave me all of the profiles and portfolios, not just the portfolios, but the profiles of the work. So they legitimize all the work that the VA is saying, which just saves literally tens of hours of research and making sure that you're about to hire on the right VA. So after going through the process and seeing, hey, this is a good fit, I ended up bringing the guy on, and he's been incredible. Right out the gate, he's working overnight, which means that he's working our hours, and it feels like he's literally next to me because we communicate on Slack and we have a really good collaboration. And the quality and level of work, as well as the eagerness to learn more, has definitely blew me out of the water. So the service that you guys are looking at right now, hands down, is one of the best agency for recruiting and building out your remote team. Huge shout out to Joseph and all of the team behind it, because I don't know what they're doing, but they're definitely getting special people on board, and I'm honored to have and to start growing my company by using their services. So definitely recommend it. 10 out of 10. Make sure you guys contact them.
Hey, Swilleen, I see that you unmuted your mic. Where are you from, or have we already spoken? Where are you from? What's the biggest setback for you?
We haven't spoken, and forgive me, I was on a conference call, so I just walked back in. But
No
I
worries.
did watch the rest of the entire program.
Nice.
I am with Keller Williams. I'm in the Lake Arrowhead, California area.
Nice, awesome. And what's the biggest thing that's kind of holding you back, or the main reason that you joined this workshop?
I joined this workshop to see what your company offers with regards to a virtual assistant, but I especially like the fact that you tag team AI with it as well.
Yep, nice, awesome. And have you had a VA in the past, or do you have a VA now?
I have had a VA in the past, and I actually tried to hire another VA, and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. So I was looking for a lot more information as far as I've had one VA for 3.5 years, and she's worked out great. There is absolutely a learning curve on all of this with regards to what do you task them with. Absolutely. When I first started out, I was having a lot of difficulty as to what would be their tasks. Now she's doing a lot of things for me, so it works out well. She does a lot of the things that you mentioned, but I could take this to a whole nother level with AI combined with another VA. So I was looking to add another VA.
Awesome. Oh,
What would
great.
you have that VA doing?
What do I have her doing?
No. The one you want to add, what would you have them doing?
I would have that VA working on you read off a few different platforms that I'm not using. I need to boost social media and use different platforms I've been in the town where I live for 50 years, selling real estate here for 30 years. And
Wow,
it's
nice.
90% of it is vacation homeowners who are coming out of Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego counties, Riverside, if they're down in the Palm Springs, Coachella Valley area. So we have homes up here up to 12-15 million dollars, looking to see about upping the level to get into where more of those 10 to 12 million dollar homes are going out to other agents, and what can I provide to my clients where they'll see value in my services.
So you're just trying to like strengthen your brand through social media, so capture more of that audience
That's
essentially.
part of it. I think there's plus going after higher end buyers. Absolutely, the whole gamut, but both.
Okay. We could assist with getting you like a social media manager. So someone who's going to be able to post on all platforms, right? Because you're going to need the omnipresence. So you capture all the traffic on these different platforms. Someone who can help come up with ideas for what you need to shoot if you like to shoot content. Help write the copy for the post. That's what the words that go underneath it. They can help schedule things for you. So yeah, we can definitely bring on a more social media oriented virtual assistant so you can kind of boost the volume, because a lot of people, they don't do enough volume with social media, so they get drowned out by the realtors who actually have a lot of activity. Posting once a day is not going to do anything for you. Most people don't realize that. You need to be posting on TikTok, Instagram, your stories. You need to be creating reels. You need to create videos, but you need to create photos. You don't have time for that because you're busy. But if you had a virtual assistant in the background who could essentially create an assembly line for you, you'd be able to do way more volume and do exactly what
She
you're
has
saying.
worked on trying to do some things for me, but I don't know if she has um, the background to be able to work on a lot of the different platforms. I think one of the things that is that I go to her with issues as far as ideas and stuff, usually doesn't come back vice versa. So, and that may not be the scope of your VAs, where they come and say, Sue Ellen, you need to. She told me before that I need to do a lot more social media. I really don't do much at all. And what I need to do, and I've worked with Tom Ferry. I think you guys mentioned that a long time ago,
Yeah.
when I was listening in earlier about people that have used Tom Ferry, and I was with that group for a while. But one of the biggest things with your group that I need to know, and I need to educate myself a lot more on exactly what your protocols are. Now, I've listened to a lot of it, and I've heard what you offer, but I think that there's a lot of details that some people would want to know with regards to the AI. I had asked a question, but it didn't get picked up with regards to paying the AIs, but who manages, excuse me, not AI, the VAs, who manages all of that? Do you have people that manage your VAs? Do you
No,
have a
so
team?
you're the point of the VA is we're gonna place them for you. The VA works for you. You will
Right.
pay them directly. You will
Right.
not pay us, and we pay the VA. The point is here we find a specific skill, right? That like the social media manager, like you're talking about, we place them specifically for you, and then we're able to enhance their training and their abilities using the AI tools. So yeah, it's someone you own. We're not a middleman. We don't like none of that. We like to find you as someone who's skilled at what they're doing, give you the tools to enhance their performance, and you continue to do what you do best. Because at the end of the day, you know your business the best, better than we probably do. You know your daily activities. You know your market. You've been in it a long time. So they're fully your contractor. Once we hand them off to you, once we find them.
Yeah, and
So they're
the company
individuals versus working for a company. They're individuals.
exactly.
Exactly. These are not people who work for some big agency and they have 20 clients and all that. We find people specifically that want to work for you, and then you manage them, and we show you how to manage them properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Who's managing your VAs now? Your one VA that you have right now.
Cyberbacker.
Cyberbacker. Yeah. How much do you pay them?
Hold on, you guys. You know what? I have to take this call. You got to put me on mute. This is a client
For
call.
sure. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So so we have Christy Schmeidik. Christy Schmay. I don't want to butcher
Hello.
your name. How you doing?
I had to step away for a little bit. I gotta get ready for an appointment.
Sounds
I
good.
wondering again how you handled some things. So I did miss out on probably the last 20 minutes.
All good.
She just answered the how do they get paid?
Mhm.
And then one of my more important things was how are they trained? Do they already know? And again, I might have missed this. I'm sorry. How
No,
are
no
they
worries.
trained in command? I don't have the time to sit down and train command. I don't have the time to sit down and train them how to create a Canva, post it on
Mm.
Facebook, things like that.
Do you have a VA right now currently?
No,
You're doing everything yourself?
I do, except I have a transaction coordinator.
Okay, got it. So at what point do you feel like you will have time to train? Because if you never have time to train, then you're just going to be stuck never hiring employees, right?
My hope was like the cyberbackers, they do train them. They have team leads, things like that. But I was hoping that yours kind of was the same thing where they've got a team lead they can go to, someone they can ask those questions to, and they were specific for real estate.
So we have a WhatsApp chat with you guys, with you, the VA, and the success team, and we're more than happy to ask questions there. And part of the goal with AI is to have them help with managing. But we're not going to see companies like Cyberbacker. I mean, they're charging like anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month collectively. That's an amount that you could pay somebody locally, right? Kind of defeats the purpose of hiring hiring somebody to get you a VA, or hiring a VA in general. So we don't do that. We want to keep the purpose, which is to save money and hire overseas. We don't include any training or anything like that. Realistically, being able to train every VA on the dozens and dozens of CRMs that exist, it's possible, but we would have to have a much higher tiered price. If that's something that you really wanted us to do, it'd likely be like north of $4,000 for us to do that. We'd be happy to do it. And we wouldn't take any cut from the virtual assistant, or we'd set up like a $4,000 a month like Cyberbacker, which we don't really intend to do that either. So as far as taking the time to train them on command, I mean, there's literally hundreds of videos on YouTube about using command. So we would guide them and have them use that. But the main goal here is that you're paying the VA $5 to $7 an hour, not $15 to $25 an hour like you'd pay somebody locally. So no, we don't sit with them and train them on specific CRMs, as that would defeat the whole purpose and the cost savings.
And this is why AI is important, right? Because you don't even need to know how to do it, right? You could talk to our AI tools and be like, hey, listen, this is the platform I'm using. I need you to give me a very detailed breakdown that I can hand off to my virtual assistant and then they can study right now and do what I need to do. And this is what I want to accomplish. Boom, the AI spits out the exact resources, you hand it off. This is what I keep saying about technology. No one really understands how to use it properly. What you're saying is exactly why we use it. Because you don't need to have someone you don't need to go find VAs who are specific at using this CRM or that CRM. I'm going to use AI to extract all the information to hand to my VA. So the AI will train my VA. You see? You just need to guide the ship. I have this CRM. I need to know everything about it. I'm going to hand that to my VA. And that's leverage right there.
Mm-hmm. And if you're wanting to spend multiple thousands a month on a VA, and you want to pay a company like Cyberbacker, that's something we implore you to do, sure. But realistically, if you're not wanting to pay that premium to have something that's supposed to be cheap or something that's supposed to be cost efficient, then if what you're thinking is, well, I don't have time to train on command, I don't have time to train on this and this and that, well, then you're never going to hire an employee, right? Because you're just never going to have time, and then that cycle will just continue to loop over and over again. You need to at one point or another sit down and think with yourself, like, well, do I want to take just literally one quick, 3 days a week or something like that to make sure the VA understands the system, and then we can move from there. But ultimately, the VAs that we hire already have experience in being a virtual assistant. They'll pick up on things quickly. They always have critical thinking skills. They always speak great English, and they pick things up fast. So this is probably one of the most cost-effective and efficient ways to do it if you're wanting to continue to pay at a lower price versus paying, multiple thousands, which is something we're willing to do, but then you just have to be willing to pay that higher price. Let me know if that answers your question.
Yes, you've answered my question. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. We have one more spot left. It'll likely get taken. We're going to send an email blast at the end of this webinar. That email blast is going to go to our already existing 6,000 leads in our CRM of people that have either already attended workshops or have been wanting to attend the workshop. It'll be taken pretty much within the first 20 minutes of us ending this workshop. So yeah, if you're wanting to get access to us hiring a VA for you, and you're wanting to do it the most cost-effective way possible and get the exact same service that all of these people that have been leaving testimonials for us and have been saying great things are getting, then I'd implore you to definitely take action. We have the links down in the chat. I'm going to show you a couple more testimonials.
What's going on, everybody? My name is
and then we'll finish up here.
Dylan, and I use Retire in order to get myself 2 VAs. I run a community with about 1 million people in there, so I need someone on there during day and night, and their team were able to source me 2 VAs that both have college degrees in order to manage my community. Best part is they had good fluent English accents, so they're able to hop on calls directly with some of my members as well, which made the process super easy. And plus the onboarding was pretty much seamless. All I had to do is just send over a payment link. They sent me the software to use to track everything, and they also sent me out all of their payment information for the VAs specifically. Highly recommend using Go Hire Retire, and book your appointment. Peace.
Going on, just wanted to make a quick testimonial for Go Hire Retire. I've been working with my VA Grace for almost a year now, and she's been great. The entire staffing process was super easy. I had multiple people who I could interview, and they were all trained. They have a lot of experience as VAs. Grace has been phenomenal. She's on time every day. She helps me with all my tasks, and she goes above and beyond too. That's the best part, is she will do stuff that I don't even ask her to do, but it's just kind of like the next logical thing to do with the tasks that I give her. So 100% recommend Go Hire Retire. If you need any sort of VAs, hit my boy Joseph up, and he'll get you taken care of.
Jason Davis, and I worked with Joseph Henry at Go Hire Retire, and it was the best business decision I have ever made. No joke. Let me tell you how this started. I was having my business running, was doing everything by myself. I came across one of his ads on TikTok that talked about hiring a virtual assistant at $3 to $5 an hour, and I had no idea what that meant or how to do it, but I knew I needed something to help get a lot of this tedious, repetitive work that I didn't need to be doing off my plate. And now I was very skeptical, not knowing Joseph from anyone else. I met him online, but let me tell you, it was worth every penny for this business. I have returned at least 3x from this already, and I plan to do way more as this business continues to grow. He brought on a VA for me that has increased the amount of leads weekly through social media outreach. She is closing more consult calls and business deals through social media than I ever could have done on my own. She's handling all of my email, all of my workflows. She's so quick at picking up new tasks, and it's freeing up so much of my time that this is worth every penny.
3 million.
This is the guy I mentioned that has that's the youngest millionaire that I know.
Followers across platforms, and
He has 3 million followers across all platforms.
I work with brands like Red Bull, Instagram, WhatsApp, Netflix, eBay, Shopify, Disney, Amazon, ton of clients. Anyway, I'm also a full-time college student, so balancing full-time content creation and college is a lot of work, and that's why I've always needed a VA, but I didn't want to go through the process of hiring one, right? Going through applications, looking at people's qualifications, and then actually hopping on Zoom calls. So I texted Joseph, and I was like, hey, I need a VA, can you help me out? Within 3 days, he sent me Loom recordings of people's interviews with recommendations on who I should hire. Within 4 days, I had a person hired. I hopped on a call with them, and that was that. So within the same business week, I had a virtual assistant already, and she has been killing it for me. She actually lives on US time, even though she's in the Philippines, and so she's up whenever I need her, and she's been able to handle all the day-to-day tasks for me, which has given me a lot more time to work on the long-term tasks that are actually essential and the biggest profit drivers for my business. So if you need a VA, like, this is the way to do it, because then you don't have to do the hiring. I've tried to hire people in the Philippines from online jobs, and it just doesn't work because you'll have about 100 people apply. Only about 10 of them might be qualified, so you have to look through 100 applications. And as a business owner, the time is just you don't have the time for that. So, like, yeah, this was definitely the way to go for trying to get a VA.
And then I'll play Michael's.
Just want to give a quick Joseph and Go Hire Retire for helping me hire my first virtual assistant. At first, I was a little unsure about it. I didn't know if it was going to be worth the money, but since then, it's allowed my business to grow a lot, and it's also allowed me to free up a lot of my time. So we'll probably end up hiring another virtual assistant by the end of the year, and I really can't recommend the service enough.
Boom. Get my guy
Hi, my name's-
Darren here.
I sell courses on software development, and I have an organic following on YouTube. But for the last few months, my organic following that followed up with me over and over again, and a lot of courses and coaching programs. I have a lot to compare this with. Okay, so I don't want to name any names. I have nothing bad to say about any other programs that are out there. But in contrast with what I've experienced so far with maybe some of the big coaching programs that you guys may have heard about, I've been really blown away with how much personalized attention I've gotten from Joseph himself, and his team is great as well. What my main goal was in signing up for Go Hire Retire was that I wanted to automate my follow-up process. My follow-up process was horrible, wasn't really existent. That's what really I wanted. I wanted my calendar to be booked with sales calls because I want to help people learn software development, and I just wasn't getting that with my organic following. So I was really looking for help with that. And let me tell you what they've done for me so far. I've already set up my funnels, my processes. Joseph took a lot of time with me. He was very patient with me. He wasn't on a 15, 20, 30-minute call sort of rush just to get a snapshot view of my business and just handed me off to maybe one of his coworkers. No, he actually took a lot of time, and I could tell that he's actually a great listener. And I have an overwhelming sense that he actually cares about my business. And I can't say that about some of the other programs I've signed up for. To be honest, they've done everything that they have said that they will do for me, and then some. So I am very satisfied. I'm very happy.
Boom.
On this, so we could definitely help you out.
Awesome, yeah. Christine's been awesome. I've been texting her, and she gets back to me great. She is awesome, man. She's a fucking diamond.
She's been with me for 1.5 years now, so today.
But reviews for the different applicants, you can see what she's thinking, and she pulls out the right information. She pulls out the red flags or whatever. It's just like it's really beautifully subtle how she fucking works, man. I'm really impressed.
You know what it is too? It's like
pretty sick.
Big shout out to Go Hire Retire. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because without y'all, I wouldn't be able to be performing at the level I am today. And more importantly, whether that's business longevity 1, 2, 3 years from now, it wouldn't be the same whatsoever. And that's a guaranteed fact from my side, I'm saying. Because
So guys, we have the pay in 2 is already taken up. We have one more spot left for the $14.97, and we have one more spot for the $4.97. Anybody who wants to just go through the course and do it themselves, it's $4.97. Click on that link. That is enroll. So I'm going to send the link right now. This is the $4.97. And then for us to get a VA for you and do it all for you, have a VA for you, 90-day replacement guarantee, 90 days of customer support directly with us, Wednesday coaching calls at 6:30 p.m., access to all the bonuses, all the materials that we showed you. You'll get access with this course for $14.97. If you come to us after, the course is going to be $1,500 and the placement's going to be $5,000. So if in the case you want to move forward, go ahead and take action now. We're going to send out an email blast. These spots will be taken up pretty much immediately in the next 20 minutes after this webinar. So if anybody wants to take action now, we'd be happy to onboard you. We can even, schedule an onboarding call right here while we're on the workshop. So I'm going to give us a last chance to anybody that still wants to get access to those and put that down here. Otherwise, you're going to be paying full price, or you're going to go with another company that's going to charge you multiple thousands a month, which defeats the purpose of getting a VA. You might as well hire somebody locally. And if in the case you're worried about the time that you have to train the VA, first off, there's so much material out there online as far as software and CRMs. We hire for soft skills, not hard skills. So we're not going to prioritize someone knowing a CRM versus prioritizing someone who, goes out and figures things out on their own, which is probably the most important quality, right? And has great English skills. But we'll play this.
on here real quick and say how happy I am to have hired Joseph's company, Go Hire Retire, to help me find the perfect virtual assistant for my business. They had a lot of candidates that applied for the position. They did a great job of fielding those candidates, interviewing them, having them do personality assessments to make sure that I was working with a manageable amount of candidates, and then distilling those down into the final 2 or 3 that I was debating. And the service that they provide is really valuable, because otherwise I would have had to make my own job listing, search through a lot of different candidates, maybe have hired the wrong person, the wrong fit.
Boom.
Yeah, so they me 5 days a week. So they post.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
On your platforms or something?
On my
Their
platforms.
own?
Yeah, on mine. So they post 5 days a week, just generic, basic content, just to keep things posted up there. I haven't really checked it. I've just been letting them, they have this site set up kind of like a.
So exciting, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer already. Like I said, I'm already seeing my future, and my future looks bright.
Uh-huh. What does your daughter think about how you're gonna start having an assistant now working in your business?
She is definitely impressed. She thought that, because she's, how some people are like, oh, you talk a good game.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, girl, I'm growing, and I'm going into the future with a VA. She's like, okay, mom.
Nice.
She's like, wow, she was thoroughly impressed by the entire process.
What's going on? Just wanted to say shout out to Go Hire Retire. I hired 2 video editors and a graphic designer for my most recent project. I'm saving a ton of time to work with them, and it doesn't cost me nearly as much to now have somebody I know to do the work for me. I would definitely recommend them to take your content project to the next level for really, really cheap.
How are you liking the program so far? We found you a VA. We kind of got Go Hire a little dialed in. We're really hammering it down. How are you liking it so far? Do you feel like
Oh, you did. This is exactly, everything you said you're going to do, you've done, man. And I really appreciate, one, that's as simple as that sounds, right? I really appreciate that. 2, you got a ton of knowledge on that side of the screen for sure. So I'm excited just to keep our relationship and friendship moving forward, and learning more and more from you how to grow. And I think it's crazy how timing works out, right? It's like, I tried to do all of this somewhat on my own, actually through a service.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that. There's a bunch of other testimonials that you can see on the site. If you want to go ahead and watch them, feel free to. Just click on the link and go take a look. But are there any other questions? Any other questions before we finish this up? Awesome. Cool. Leave it at that. Everybody have a great day. You'll probably receive a couple text messages and emails, because we're going to do an email and text blast for the last spot that we have available. If anybody has questions, feel free to just shoot us a text directly at where we sent the text message reminders. And again, you guys have the link. You'll be able to get access after probably about 20 minutes or so. It's going to be taken. So if you're on the fence, I would click that link now while you're still here on the workshop. You'll immediately receive a text message and email with details, and you'll be redirected to where you can book and schedule with us to chat. Okay? So we'll leave it at that. Great speaking with you guys. Great getting to know you guys. Everything will be sent out. Yes.